I'm tryna dive your mind. You can do it if you try. Everybody tryna get fly. Everybody tryna get high. But do you mind? Yeah, but do you mind? Do you mind?
Yo, what up, guys? Welcome to the Do You Mind podcast. We're on episode 3. I have my special guest here, Gus Gonzalez. Gus, you want to introduce yourself, everybody?
What's up, everybody? I'm Gus. You may know me. You're going to know me after this, if you don't already.
Shit. That's one hell of an introduction, man. Before we start, I do want to plug your TikTok because he does a lot of reviews and reactions when it comes to the fitness industry, especially supplements. So you want to plug that in real quick?
Yeah. You could find me at Gus_GONZ14. I do reviews on proteins, energy drinks. I've been trying some. I blast a lot of pre-workouts, so I'm not just somebody who's reviewing it. I'm using it too. I be hitting the gym too. So y'all can find me there.
Speaking of that, I do know that you do a lot of reviews, of course. What is like the worst product you've ever reviewed? Like you just like, I will never spend money on this ever again.
So I'm pretty sure I don't even know if I finished like actually recording a video on it.
Oh,
Maybe
wow.
I did. It was free, so I can't really complain. I got it as a sample.
No reason.
I mean, I think it was a Steel. The brand is called Steel Supplements, and they've had some good stuff. Their protein's really good, but it was a pre-workout. It came like in a little single use, and I don't know what it was. I had to stop my workout. And it's very rare that I stop my workout, and I think I just went home because I just felt gross after taking it, and I was like, man, this is not good.
You stopped the whole workout.
Yeah, I think I was hitting chest, and I just didn't feel it. I was like, it's time to wrap it up. I'm going to head home. And I don't even think I ever published a review on it because I was like, man, this shit is ass. But maybe it was just me on that day. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna slander them because I had done some other reviews on some of the other stuff that were fine. So I don't know, maybe they laced my pre-workout, that sample, but that shit was ass.
Maybe it was a bad batch. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm thinking. I mean, it's free. So I was like, maybe it was just a bad one. But I know that shit just made me stop working. I was like, I gotta stop.
So I'm curious, what led you to the content creation world when it came to reviewing? Because no one just wakes up one day and says, yeah, that seems like a good thing to do. Like there had to have been an inspiration.
So during COVID, kind of, I used to have this coworker. I still work where I work. He's a cop now, but we used to wake ourselves up in the morning. We used to just be trying not the nastiest things, but I've tried some interesting concoctions, we used to call them. And we used to just be mixing stuff together. I'd be like, man, you got a C4 on you? And I was like, I got some pre in my car. Let's see what we could cook up with that.
That's crazy, bro. That's borderline crack addicts.
So we were just mixing stuff together, and I was like, man, we kept doing it after a while, and I was like, you know what? And I think at that point, the TikTok side of that was blowing up more, and I was like, you know what? I go to the gym. I buy pre-workout regardless. So I'm not buying it to review. I'm going to use it. I buy protein regardless. Well, I might as well review it. I'm already doing this. I already buy it. I'm going to spend the money already. And it's free for me to, record a video. And if it does good, it does good. If it doesn't, maybe 5 people watch it and somebody's like, that was good pre or wasn't good pre and they don't buy it after that. That's pretty much what I went into. But I used to do some devilish things to get my protein goals. Like, I know a big trend right now is I saw a lot of people, they're taking like Coke and they're mixing a pre-made protein shake in there. So I did try that.
Ow, that just hurts my stomach, bro. Thinking about it.
No, yeah, so it did hurt my stomach. But I did the wrong combination. That was on me. But I was already doing this. So you're supposed to do Coke Zero and vanilla. And,
makes
flavor
sense.
profile, while that sounds like it makes sense, I don't really like Coke Zero. It's okay. I like Dr. Pepper Zero more. So I was like, well, I'm going to try it with Dr. Pepper Zero. They didn't have a vanilla, so I was like, you know what? Maybe chocolate will work. Chocolate did not work.
Don't do that, chat. Don't do that.
So I did it. And most people were using the regular Fairlife, like the 24-gram protein ones. They're not as strong. Well, they didn't have that, so I had to use the 42 gram.
No.
So I was like, you know what? Might as well mix this together. And actually, my friend had messaged me. She's like, try this, make a review of it. I was like, you know what? Fine. I've been sitting on this. I see a lot of people doing it. That shit hurt my stomach. I do not recommend that. There's probably a better way to do that. Don't do it the way I did it.
Yeah, that just sounds like it was a disaster from the rip, bro. But I give you props for trying, man. Someone's got to do it. It's like
but I used to be more devious. What I used to do, and this was years ago, so I knew I was ahead of the game always. I used to just straight up mix the protein powder into my Coke Zeros or my Dr. Peppers.
What the hell is wrong?
And I was like, well, Coke Zero is like 5 calories. The protein I was using was like 100 calories. It was protein made for water or juice. And it was a solid protein. This is before I was recording stuff. I was just doing crazy stuff in my house just for the hell of it. And I don't even remember the brand, but I bought it at Get a Grip. And I do buy a lot of stuff from them. And he's like, hey, he's telling me about it. He's like, yeah, I got this new line of protein. They're made to mix in water or mix in juice, you know, so you don't got to always be drinking milk. And sometimes I don't really like drinking milk all the time. So I was like, you know what? That sounds good. And I think the flavor I got was cherry. So immediately, days later, I'm thinking, well, Dr. Pepper, cherry protein, that's Dr. Pepper cherry right there. So
I see the vision. I see it.
That one was way better, and I would recommend that way more. I would just go to a Circle K, fill up an extra larges of soda, leave a little bit, throw that protein in there, and boom, you got 24 grams of protein in 0-calorie soda.
So from my experience talking to you, because we've had a few conversations about supplements before, how did you get into this space? Because I know you've always been an athlete. We went to high school together, so you were always in sports. But what made you keep pursuing fitness as you got into your adulthood? Because a lot of us, like me, for example, we fell off completely. Like we watch now. We got dad bods from in our 20s. You know what I mean? So what's keeping you from entering that phase in life, besides from not having a kid that you know of?
No, that helps. No, I got fat after COVID.
We all did, I think, honestly.
It was my fault. I have a gym membership, and, you know, I had a buddy in town. He built a little home gym. Shout out Levi.
He's my cousin.
I helped him build the home gym, and he had it. And he would tell me, he's like, hey, bro, you want to come over? And it just got to the point where I was like, I could just lay in bed and eat these chips and say no. And then, you know, a year passes by, and you haven't hit the gym. And then it's like, damn. And you keep doing it. And then I looked in the mirror one day. I'm like, damn, I'm not moving like I used to. And I don't look like I used to. Gym's open back up. I was like, all right, back to the gym. And luckily in my little group, we're has-beens. I'm going to keep it a buck. We still play. We do has-been stuff now, though. Like, we play flag football tournaments. We play basketball tournaments. We're doing has-been stuff that once you get to a certain age, you're uncle status, and that's what we do with unk stuff.
But that's fun, though.
It is fun. I've been ejected from a basketball game before in a tournament.
That's crazy.
I fouled out. I almost fouled out twice.
To be in your 20s in a pickup.
No, it was a tournament. It was a tournament. It was an organized tournament. It was a charity event. And I'm like, man, I almost got ejected from I got ejected from
in a charity event.
Yes, in the first game.
Some Pat Bev stuff.
We had to set the tempo, and somebody had to do it. But I got ejected. I was like, damn.
Somebody had
and
to.
I remember
do it.
going to the second game. It was 2 half games, and I remember I was in the starting lineup. Second, probably like 5 minutes in, organizer was Eli Carey, and he's like, hey, Gus.
Goated. Shout out Eli.
He's like, you might want to chill out. You're on 3 fouls. And I was like, dog, we've been playing 5 minutes. He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, let's get the subs in. I cannot foul out a second game.
Yeah, facts. Send them out to the third quarter at least.
No, that game was chippy. I almost got into it with some people. I don't even know who they were, but I'm just a rowdy person when I play basketball.
Well, you got to be. You got to bring that tempo.
And I hate him because he's on my favorite team, and I hate how Dylan Brooks plays.
I love Dylan Brooks. I hate the bullshit, but I love it because you need that.
That's like, I'd probably say I'm like the Dylan Brooks kind of guy.
You need that. Every team needs that because it just lits the fire in the whole team.
And I'm just there. I'm just like, yeah, someone's going to you might get smacked if you play against me like once. And it won't be on a flagrant. It won't be on a flagrant. I'm not going to flagrant you. you're just gonna remember next time. Maybe you try to post me up, you're gonna remember, man, this guy just smacked the shit out of me.
So like some
Um,
Detroit bad boy Pistons shit.
yeah, I set some mean screens. I probably don't look. I probably do look like it. I do set some mean screens. I've been told running into a Gus screen feels like hitting a wall.
Which is good because that's a very lost art in today's.
I set some Steven Adams screens.
That's
We
a
play
brick
some
wall.
games. I might screen somebody 50 times in a game.
That'll show up on the box score, but it's important.
Yeah, so I'm one of those guys, and I always hated that type of play, but I had to find my style because I can't dunk. So once you can't dunk, well, you can't be him, and it's just part of it.
That's
I mean,
facts.
when you're playing with washed up people, if you can't dunk, go ahead and pick the role player spot.
Pack it up.
I
3D.
I really don't have handles like that. Like, can I work on a
Oh,
center?
yeah.
Yes. Give me ISO with the center on. I could take him out, but you put a guard on me, and if I can't back you down, and he's probably gonna pass out.
So I
So
asked
it
this
was like,
question
well,
on my last guest. Who is your NBA comp that you feel like you resemble when you play? And
so
and not what you dream of playing, like who
I,
you actually can relate yourself
I
to.
swear on everything, I have the craziest range of in between players. Because honestly, if I'm on, I'm on. I got some days. I've dropped some 30 bombs in little ret game,
Okay.
but I've absolutely dropped games where I have like 1 point.
I'd be lying if I didn't do the same.
But it just depends how good the people around me are. If I'm playing with bad people, I'm turning into Kobe. Now, whether I shoot like him is two different stories, but you're not getting the ball from me. Go get that rebound. I want you to set screens. If you can't shoot, I'm really going to treat you like you can't shoot. In my head, I feel like I'm James Harden. I'm not.
I'm not.
But if we're playing with good people, I'm PJ Tucker.
That's
I
not a
might,
bad thing
I
though.
might not even ask for. If I'm playing with really good guys, I might not even ask for the ball. It's just like I'm gonna get the ball, rebound, boom. Let me find who's the better guy than me. And if I take an open three and I hit it, that's great. But I'm not doing no step backs. But if I'm playing against bad people, I'm gonna be doing some dumb shit. In my head, it turns into pull up a 30-foot jumper, and I don't even have that range.
I don't even have that range.
And I might hit 1 out of 10, but believe me, that one, that's all I need. I'm gonna keep it going. It's the Dion Waiters. I'd rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 10 because 0 for 10 means you stop shooting.
I feel that, bro.
But
Because when
only
I
for bad.
play,
But again, I like to say only when I play with bad people. In the
I feel
tournament,
that.
I was not shooting a lot. I probably shot like 7 times in 3 games.
Oh,
It was like,
that's borderline non-existent.
yeah, it's like I was play defense against their best player, rebound the ball, maybe set up a couple assists. That I was like, this is gonna be my role. That is all.
So you quick on your feet then
I
to be
think I'm
guarding the
pretty.
best player.
I think I'm deceptive. I got some guards want to switch up on me. Like they think, okay, I'm playing center and I'm not necessarily tall, but I'm a little laterally fast. Like when we play flag football, I play linebacker. I can move side to side. I think a lot of people are. They think, big guy, let's ISO him out. And I was like, no, I might be able to clamp you, especially if there's a shot clock violation. I was like, I keep you on the edge until you got to pass out.
I feel that because I remember in high school when you used to play football. Well, I used to play football at the whenever you were on defense and you were pretty quick on your feet when we did the drills.
Yeah,
The only thing is,
I just stay with the football.
your top speed is not very high, but your acceleration was always quick. You always had that quick first step.
Well, it's a good thing in basketball I don't got to sprint all the time. And flag
Right.
football is only 50 yards.
That is true. I actually saw a clip when y'all did that charity event. I think I saw you like a little. It was like a little highlight clip that I think Ricky posted or something, and you hit like a corner three or something. Something
That was
like that.
that was literally the first play of the game. I
Oh,
made
okay.
a bet with one of my friend's brothers. I was like, they're like, they're not gonna let you shoot the first shot. I was like, they don't have to let me. I'm gonna shoot that first shot. And he's like, if you make the first 3 of the whole tournament, I will give you $15. I was like, watch.
Gus
And
did it for some money. That's
I
crazy.
shot 1 for like 6 that game.
Oh, but on the highlight reel, you look decent.
That 1 3, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm him. And they went back and shot a 3. It was like back and forth. They went on like a 10-3 run after that because I kept shooting, and I was like, okay. I was like, well, back to defense I go. Somebody else get this ball off me.
My wife actually just called me. I think she took the kid to to the hospital to get his actual treatment because every time we get allergy season up here and the weather shifts, he always gets like respiratory problems. Yeah, we good though. I'll edit that out so where it doesn't affect the pod. But that's cool though. That y'all even get together like that. That's actually pretty dope. I don't have friends like that up here in San Antonio. And to be honest, bro, I still have the same friends that I grew up with from Alice because I don't know. Are you like this? Like the older you get, the more hesitant you are on associating with other people, just because you understand that most people you meet are full of shit, and you just don't even want to take a chance on the odds no more.
It depends. I'm gonna be honest, because nighttime Gus is very different. But
Oh,
daytime Gus, if I don't meet you playing sports, I'm probably not gonna meet you at all.
that's not good.
I've met a lot of people playing sports because Ricky always has the plug with people. That man knows everybody. So I've met a lot of guys through Ricky that they're cool guys. We've become friends after that. I play fantasy football with them. So those guys are cool, and those guys are some athletes. Nighttime Gus, I have made friends with a lot of people, but I feel like I've been told sometimes I could look a little unapproachable.
That's facts, bro.
At
You do
night-
have that look on you sometimes.
At nighttime, maybe like I got 5 drinks in me and my face just naturally looks like I'm mad. I'll be like, I'm not mad all the time. It's just my face. Sometimes I am mad though. Sometimes I'd be heated at the bar and I'm just like, damn, my favorite team lost and I'm gonna be mad.
In case you don't know, social media Gus is pretty always mad.
Yeah, that's true. I am.
It's troll mode. He's mad, or I don't know. He just
That's
has a
true.
vibe.
I might always be mad. It's very
Social
rare I'm
media
happy.
Gus will have you really believing he's a demon. He's actually a very nice guy.
Yeah, that's what I hear people say. Like, man, you're so much nicer in person. I was like, I'm nice all the time.
Yeah, it's just if I have a thought, I'm gonna move these thumbs, and yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I've gotten into some. I almost got into it. This is the second charity event too. This time was football, and I almost got ejected from a charity event in flag football too.
That is pretty wild, bro. But we need that.
It wasn't okay. Little kids are annoying, and I'm gonna say it. I call them little kids because they're like 17, 18.
Oh yeah. I can definitely understand.
Teenagers are annoying. So we're in this little tournament. It was a charity event. I had just pulled a 36-hour no sleeper. That night was rough.
What the hell were you doing for 36 hours?
So I had worked.
He was on the honey pack, I bet.
No, so the tournament was on a Saturday, I think. Man, I don't even know. Whatever day it was, the Thursday I had work. Or the Friday I might have work. It might have been like a Saturday, Sunday. I work. I got a simple job. I work 9 to 6. So boom, I hit my 9 to 6. I don't know why. Boom, my phone's blowing up. Come to the bar. I'm like, shit. I get out of work. I'm already dressed for the bar, if I'm being honest. Boom, hitting the bar. And I'm there till 2. I'm there till close. Mm-hmm. And then I got the afters after. So I'm after some places. And I'm chilling with some friends. And one of my friends, she's like, you've been talking about this football tournament all day. When is it? I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. Let me check my phone. I was like, damn, it's in 4 hours. So it was already like 5 in the morning, and I had to be in Falfurrias at 8.
That's a terrible place to be, bro.
No, it was. So she's like, are you going to go home? I was like, well, yeah, I probably do got to go home. And Ricky texted me. He's like, hey, you up? And I was like, dude, I haven't gone to sleep. And he's like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I just got home right now. Don't worry. I got the pre-workout in my car. He's like, I'm picking up. He comes and picks me up. He's like, what have you been doing all day? I was like, look, I was drinking all night. I'll be honest. But so were like 4 other guys on the team.
And then you're going to take pre-workout after a night of drinking?
Yeah, we stopped at a gas station. I picked up 3 Gatorades. And I had my pre-workout, and I just mixed it straight into the Gatorade.
Bro, that cannot be healthy at all.
I don't know. I've been doing it for 4 years, and I'm not dead.
Well, you are in your 20s, so your heart is pretty sturdy at this point.
The heart's a muscle, too, and I'm training it till failure.
Jesus Christ.
So this is middle of summer, mind you. So we get to that tournament, and it's on turf. And we didn't play turf in high school a lot. I'm not used to turf. Yeah, I think we might play turf 1 game in 5 years.
Which is BS, bro. Alice High School, do better, bro.
Turf heats up like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
In 110-degree weather, that turf was hell. My feet through the cleats. They were burning my studs on my cleats.
They'll clean your cleats though if you got mud all over them for sure.
So I'm dying at this tournament. We got 2 linebackers, me and another guy, and he's a cool guy. He gets hurt. Boom. And I'm like, no way. My only sub is hurt. He's hurt. I'm like, guys, I'm battling the hangover of a life. I got 500 milligrams of caffeine in me. Let's get this first game out of the way.
500?
Probably more. Maybe 6.
Oh, that's not good, bro.
We beat this first team. I'm like, okay, good. We got an hour to rest. I go find this little corner, and I was like, guys, just let me lay down. I'm cramping. Every part of my body's on fire just from being dehydrated. So then we get to the second game. I'm not gonna lie, we get our ass whooped. Shit was very unfortunate by another Alice team. Then we get to the third game, and this is the game that pissed me off. These damn high schoolers. So they're just talking mad shit. They're from Fafurs, I guess, and they're just talking shit all game. And they're name calling. I think I accidentally pulled one of their shorts, so they're calling me slurs. They call me the F word so many times, and I'm like, damn, these kids are making me so mad. Like, you can't hit a kid. You can, but you're gonna get in trouble. And also, it's it's a charity event for somebody who passed away. So I was like, I don't want to lose my temperature in a town I'm not from at a charity event. I'll be that guy. But these kids piss me off. So what I would do is you have flags and you pull them. You got to give them back. So I would just pull this flag and not throw that shit. I'm like, go get it. I was like, go get it, little boy.
You were confrontational with the
Absolutely.
child.
I was in his face. I was like, go get that. I was like, where are your parents at? I was like, I'll find them in the audience. I was like, I can't fight you. I was like, where are the parents at? The referee come to me. He's like, look, man, if you do that one more time, I have to eject you. And I was like, oh. I was like, fine, I'll chill. And Ricky's coming up to me. He's like, Gus, what'd they tell you? I was like, yeah, they told me one more time I do that, I'm getting ejected. So I'm gonna be angry about it, but I'll hand them back their damn flags.
Just do it aggressively. Just shove it in their chest.
So we lost, and I was so happy that we lost because I did not want to be there. And we drove home.
You had no option at all, bro. You shouldn't have been there at all.
We had like 3 people cramp up. One of our guys dislocated his shoulder
at a charity
in game. So I did it after the game. He's telling me, he's like, Gus, why'd you come sub me in? I'm like, what are you talking about? I saw you doing this. He's like, yeah, that means sub. And it's just a miscommunication. I was like, no, I thought you meant you had him on. I thought you meant you had him one-on-one. He's like, bro, I couldn't feel my shoulder. I was like, should have probably burned one of them timeouts. He popped it back into place. He's a champ.
That's crazy as hell, dude. I can't imagine all that effort on a charity event.
Hey, I mean, there was a first prize. You get a prize if you win. We did not.
What was the prize?
I don't know, some shirts or some shit. Maybe a trophy. I took a trophy.
Crazy as fuck. I make my own damn trophy, bro.
But we went home. Well, we didn't even go home. We went to Chili's after that. Ate.
Legendary.
I cramped up at Chili's, so I'm just in pain trying not to scream.
Is that the day you were tweeting and you're like, I'm pissed off with they took out this 3 for me bullshit or whatever that case that may be?
That could be. I used to be on a Chili's run. I'm still on the Chili's run, but
I remember seeing that tweet.
I think I was just cramping all day, and I was like, dude, I need to go home. Finally, we finished eating. I went home, and I think I slept for like 10 hours.
Well deserved.
I'll be honest, I went out that night too. I think I woke up to a phone call, and they're like, are you coming out? And I was like, who's coming out? And they're like, everybody's coming out. I was like, I'm already dressed. Let's run it.
Shit, you got to at that point.
So I was like, off to the bar. And I think I was up till 6 that night too. And then finally got home.
So how is that life, bro? Because
I don't drink anymore, actually. So
I settled down when I was like 20 years old by default. Because I don't know if you remember anything back then, like 7 years ago, but I was pretty stupid. I wasn't known for a lot of good things. So I had a kid, right, and I had to settle down and transition into parent mode at a very young age. I didn't get to do the whole after high school montage life, but I did it all through high school, so I don't think I missed out too much. But how is it being in your 20s and still being a bachelor? Like, you're just chilling.
But, okay, so it's different for me, but also I'm a late life bloomer. I didn't start going out, like, heavily. Man, I'm 27. It might have been like I just turned 25, like, really going out.
So what made you decide to switch? Because you went from chilling by yourself to like, you know what? Let's go explore the world a little bit.
I don't even know, man. I just think I know. Okay, me and Tristan were up to no good at his house. Actually, I did used to drink a lot, but we were just drinking at my house. I have a big room, so we'd be chilling in here. we'd invite all our friends, be like, why do we got to go out? I got the money, or we have money. I have the booze. I could whip it up in my place, and we don't got to deal with people around us. So we actually just used to drink a lot at my house.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody kind of moved, so I was like, oh darn. I was like, I didn't even really care for the drinking. But I think one night, me and Treston were just like, we're trying some dumb stuff. Again, we tried the meanest combination. Somebody's got to do it. We're troopers. So we're trying Whataburger milkshakes with Four Locos.
What the fuck?
I saw a TikTok about it, and I was like, there's no way this could be real. So I was like, hey, bro, you want to mix some Four Locos and Whataburger? He's like, are you crazy? He's like, yes. I was like, I'll meet you at your house. Boom, hop in. I was like, I already picked up the Four Locos. Let's head to a Whataburger. We got a chocolate milkshake and a vanilla milkshake. We're like, all right. Shit was hot ass. I think he posted it on his Snap. And
your dogs are pissed.
Yeah, they're always mad. They're just like me.
Makes sense. Probably why you got them, right?
They weren't mad before. I don't know what made them mad. But he's always mad. But a friend of his slid up, and they're like, hey, can I come through? And I was like, yeah, but we drinking dumb shit. They're like, oh, what are you doing? We're drinking Four Locos and milkshakes. They just thought it was funny, so they come over. And then Treston, I ended up just going out a lot with that person and kind of reintegrating myself in. And I was like, you know what? Maybe this whole drinking every weekend ain't too bad. And then it started turning into, well, not just Saturday. Let's do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then it turned into, well, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then one time it was just like, well, we started on Monday and we ended on next Sunday.
That is crazy, man. But
I remember being in the bar on a Tuesday because it was Martin Luther King Day. And I was like, wow.
You had a dream, so you had to drink it.
I was like, wow, I'm really in the bar on a Tuesday. What am I doing? That's right, turning up.
That light bulb in the head, like, maybe this is not the right
finished the week. I still went out every night.
Fuck. So what made you decide to stop drinking then as much?
All my friends got booed up, so they're lames.
Yeah.
So I couldn't run my 3-mans or 2-mans anymore.
So where's your girl at?
That's a good question.
Because I heard that you on demon time all the time. So
that's that's like only half true.
Only half true.
Not all the time. But
I feel like you're saying that because there's someone gonna watch this podcast. You don't want to air yourself out a little bit.
No,
He's a man of God. He would not do that to you.
No, I'm very honest. I always tell girls I'm a liar. I am
just like your father.
I am probably worse than I seem. But sometimes I could be good. But I'm very honest. I tell them, like, sometimes I am a liar, and that's for fun stuff. I just like to lie sometimes.
You just be saying shit to say it?
Yeah, I might just tell you, like, man, squirrels, they lay eggs. And you might just for fun. I'd be like,
who were you hating on one time? Was it Steph or something? You said something about a certain point guard was trash. That's actually like one of the best point guards of this generation. And you said Bob Cousy was better than him. And I was like,
did say that about Steph Curry. I did.
He's just saying shit, bro. Like, that's when I stopped arguing. I was like, no, he's just fucking with me at this point.
Everything you probably were talking about Steph Curry, and I did say I would take Bob Cousy. I hate Steph Curry with a passion. If you're a Rockets fan like me, I've hated Steph Curry since high school. So
why though? What makes you not like Steph Curry?
Because he owns the Rockets.
Oh, so there's bias in there.
Yeah, absolutely. I hate that man.
I used to hate LeBron because he destroyed the Bulls.
I hate LeBron for a different reason. I hate him because he's a coward. He didn't come to Houston.
He didn't come to the Bulls either when he said he was.
Yeah, but y'all sucked, bro. LeBron comes to Houston with Chris Paul and James Harden. That's 3 rings easy.
So you're saying Joakim, LeBron, and Derrick Rose wouldn't have won?
You don't even want to hear my Derrick Rose opinion.
Oh, it's going to break my heart. But we have to hear it. What does Gus think of Derrick Rose?
I don't think Derrick Rose is that good. I don't think he deserves the MVP. LeBron was better. LeBron packed him up, sent him home. LeBron was Derrick Rose's boogeyman.
I think it was more that the team. The team couldn't compete because Rose did what he did.
He's okay. Sure. Like, you say, oh, we got Derrick Rose, but like he's not better than Russell Westbrook, and I don't even like Russell Westbrook at all.
I rather have Rose, but long term, I mean, career wise, I mean, it's not comparable.
I
Russ had
just
a better
think at
career.
no point in Derrick Rose's career was he ever a top 5 point guard. There's so many better people.
Not a top 5 point guard. So in 2010, 2011, who was better than Derrick Rose?
Give me some numbers. Let's see. Taking Chris Paul.
I can live with that.
I might take Darren Williams. You thought Darren Williams was different.
Darren Williams was better than Derrick Rose?
I might take him there.
That is insane,
I
bro.
won't say John Wall because they're the same guy. But that's where I put
Basically.
Derrick Rose. He's like John Wall-esque. And I had to watch John Wall play on my favorite team.
So if that's the case, how come Derrick Rose and John Wall's careers were so different? Like, how come John Wall couldn't do what Derrick Rose did for his team?
John Wall did tear his Achilles. Derrick, yeah, he tore his ACL, but
I was like, they had something similar.
But
Because
Achilles is a little bit. It reduces your explosiveness a lot more because you could come back from an ACL, still be a little bouncy. We don't see guys come back from an Achilles.
Which is why Derrick Rose ruined his career even more because he didn't understand.
Yeah, he didn't change his game. He changed too late. Should have developed the jumper a little.
I think him on the Timberwolves was nice. That's whenever he started
when he went
together.
to the Timberwolves, I was like, he would be a great backup point guard for the Rockets.
For any team, bro.
But
I think he would have fit in any team.
I just don't think he deserved the MVP.
I mean,
should have been Braun.
Over Braun, yeah. I mean, I could see that for sure. It blew my mind when he won MVP too, because I'm a Bulls guy. So when he won MVP, I was like, you can't tell me shit. Y'all are haters. But in hindsight, I mean, if you put Braun over D Rose that year, I mean, but at the same time, I think LeBron's big three was just so unstoppable at the time because that version of Derrick Rose's team, it wasn't anything too crazy. Like Luol Deng was nice, but he wasn't anything insane.
He kept getting paid though.
Yeah,
his agent. I need to talk to his agent. His agent was working overtime.
And Joakim was the shit for at the time, but Joakim was nothing crazy. You know what I mean? He was very like we see so many Joakim Noah type players today. We really do. It's just I think it's just time and place, and in the era he was in, he was just really good. I
think Tom Thibodeau too is a. I don't know if I could call him this word, but I do want to call him this word because I do hate Tom Thibodeau.
He's interesting for sure.
I have a word that I do call him in my friend group.
Is it like very explicit to where it's going to get me a flag?
It's a slur, but it starts with a T.
A T.
I could say this word out loud, and I don't think it's like that big. I just don't know if I should say this on the internet.
I mean, if you decide you don't want it on there, I could just blur it out.
Tom Thibodeau's a terrorist, and I will stand on that. He destroys players. You see what you cannot be playing guys 48 minutes a night.
Not at the rate he does. No.
Yeah, and I will always hate him for not sending Jimmy Butler to Houston for that whack-ass trade that he did to Philly. That trade pissed me off so much.
That was actually great. I think he would have been good at any of those spots, but the Philly thing was weird.
If he comes to Houston, we win a championship. 3 times, 3-peat, easy.
Who would have been on the Rockets that year? It was
Harden. It would have been James Harden, Chris Paul, and Jimmy Butler.
That's pretty nice, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Team, James Harden and Chris Paul took the Warriors 7. Add Jimmy Butler to that. They're taking it all. We owned Cleveland. We beat them in the regular season, swept them. We're beating them. We had the Warriors down to the line. With KD, we're beating them. Bubble comes around, probably would have been the last year. But we're packing up Cleveland. I mean, we're packing up the Lakers in the bubble with Jimmy on that team.
Jimmy Butler in the bubble was damn near prime Jordan, bro.
Exactly. And imagine him with James Harden and Chris Paul. That's a 3-peat. And then he can leave wherever he wants.
Now that I'm sitting here and I'm actually visualizing it, I could see it because Jimmy Butler by himself on that Heat team was making it happen. And there was no reason.
Yeah, with no help. Now you got the third best shooting guard of all time and a top 5 point guard. They're taking it all. And actually, I got a crazy James Harden take that.
See, James Harden,
I'm not going to say he's better than Kobe and MJ, but he's better than D Wade.
I mean, D Wade didn't have a jump shot, so.
That's what I'm saying. This guy, he's just unlucky that we had to go against the Warriors every year.
Yeah, I mean, Harden should have won a ring one time. I wasn't a fan, though, of that super small ball bullshit they were doing.
I loved it because in my head, I'm like, yes, this is how I play basketball.
It was fun to watch.
No,
It's
I
just
despise seeing it sometimes. 'Cause I'm like, we're about to get our ass whooped tonight. Why is PJ Tucker playing
nice
center?
PJ guarding fucking Joel
I'm like,
Embiid.
damn, they got me in there, and you're about to get.
Yo,
Yeah, I knew it. But there's times I was like, they're cooking. They're on to something tonight.
you can call me crazy for this. This actually might be an L take. Actually, I think it might be. But I actually wanted to see Jordan Bell on that version of the Rockets.
I did too, low key. No, I was like, man, Jordan Bell, rim runner, can dunk. This is James Harden's dream, and then he just didn't fit in with the team. I was like, damn. There's so many guys I wanted to see work on the Rockets. Like, I wanted Melo to work on the Rockets so bad.
To me, I feel like they didn't give him enough time.
I agree. He just didn't. But they were in transition. We fired our coach like 11 games in.
I saw Melo on the Trailblazers, and I'm like, there was no reason he couldn't have done that on the Rockets, bro.
Yeah, in my head, I was like, yes, Melo. I actually do like Melo a lot. Even though,
how could you not, bro? People say all this shit about him online, but dude, Melo was a bucket, bro, a pure bucket.
He just wasn't a winner, but
yeah, which a lot of these players are. Like Chris Paul's gonna go down as one of those, which breaks my heart. Yeah,
if he hadn't taunted Steph Curry in that one game, I'll always remember that. He hit a three on Steph, shimmied in his face, and pulled his hamstring within 5. And I think the next play,
bro, he had L genetics when it comes to that, bro.
We would have won it all. We were up that series. That's when we ended up going 7 and losing. If Chris Paul doesn't go down.
I remember, dude, being like in 2016, like senior year, I remember watching Harden, and it would blow my mind, bro. That year did not make sense to me.
Dude, watching Chris Paul and James Harden together was great. I'm so sad that they traded him for Russell Westbrook. I don't hate Russell Westbrook. I hate the type of basketball player he is.
That's why I like D Rose better. I'd rather have D Rose on my team.
I wouldn't want either of them starting for my team, but I hated how Russell Westbrook would play sometimes. And then he kind of if he hadn't got COVID when he did, it messed up his whole rhythm, and that did hurt him a lot. But that was a rough stretch of time watching Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, John Wall. 3 years in a row. I'm like, man, when are we going to get help? Oh, and then James Harden gets traded. I'm like, I got to watch my team.
That John Wall trade was crazy because John Wall was trash, I would say, for the Rockets. But Russ on the Wizards was fucking phenomenal. It's just him and a bunch of role players, and he's like, I'm going to do what I want to do every night.
I was so broken by that team that I was in my head. I had to convince myself, like, oh, yeah, John Wall, Victor Oladipo, DeMarcus Cousins, this team's going to cook. We're going to get into the playoffs with this team.
Wash, bro.
Yeah, we won 20 games.
And no disrespect to anyone of those players. Because I love Boogie Cousins. I loved Oladipo. It's just
I got 3 guys with blown knees. And I'm here in my head, I'm like, this team's going to do so good. I remember Boogie dropped 25 one night. I was like, he's back. Like, this team is cooking. Yeah, we lost 25 in a row right now.
I'm a Bulls fan, bro. I'm a Bulls fan. I know what you're talking about because I think Zach LaVine's the truth sometimes. I do like Zach LaVine. This year, I've seen Nikola Vucevic play, and I'm like, damn, this is it. This is the year. Him, Giddey, LaVine, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'd be on the Bulls. I'd be on that Bulls pack too hard, bro.
I was so sad, but then we've drafted well these past couple years. I'm like, okay. I actually don't like Fred VanVleet on this team either, but I didn't like him.
I think I haven't seen too much of the Rockets. I'd be lying to you if I'm actually pulling up a Rockets game.
I watched them play the Spurs in person, and that game pissed me off.
So let's get to this because you're known to not be too big on Victor Wembanyama.
I hate Luka Doncic too.
Vic?
I hate that whole team. I hate Jeremy Sohan.
I didn't even get to the question. He just had to let it be known.
I hate Victor Wembanyama.
What makes you not like him?
I just don't like his bitch ass demeanor, and I think Jeremy Sohan is a bitch. So I don't like Vic at all. I just don't like the. Bro, you're 7'6". Get under the fucking basket and get some dunks. I don't want to see you taking 30-foot step backs. Like, that shit pisses me off. You're not KD.
Spurs fan sees that shit.
There's one KD. You're not him. Go get in the damn gym and go be Giannis.
Yeah, bro. Because if he got the Giannis build on top of his shooting, time.
It took Giannis 7 years to get that build, but like, why are you taking 75-foot 3-point shots? Go get in the paint, brother. They pisses me off. I saw this
one clip. I forgot who was guarding him, but
Dylan Brooks, I bet.
He was in the post, and instead of like taking it to the rim because he's so tall, it just makes sense. It was a guy way shorter than him. I think
it was Dylan Brooks. I'm a million percent sure.
He settled for a post fade, and I'm like, why?
He probably
Why would
missed
you
it
do
too.
that? You did. I'm
Yeah.
like, why would you do that? Like, take it to the rim. You're gonna get fouled. They can't guard you. You're too big.
Yeah, so that first game that I went to, Spurs beat the Rockets. I think it was like 109 to 105. Should have me heated. I'm in
That was
also.
close.
Now the Rockets played terrible. They were down 20 at halftime.
That's a
But
Bulls game. That's every Bulls game.
Vic was attacking the rim, and it pissed me off because they want Dylan Brooks on him every time. Second game, they go to Houston to play that second game. Rockets smack them. They hold Vic to 15 points, and I think Dylan Brooks clamped them because he's not attacking the rim and he's settling for jumpers. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro?
Shout out to Dylan Brooks for guarding Wemby, bro. That's a tough assignment when it comes to mismatch on height.
That man doesn't know how to play basketball. He wants to be KD so bad. Okay, he knows how to play. He knows how to play basketball.
I was like, wow, we're gonna go to that level.
But if this was like 2010, he wouldn't even be on this Spurs team. Popovich would have shipped him to France.
You see, and I had a lot of
this
stock
bullshit individual player like swing that rock. They don't have that in the Spurs anymore, which I'm happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm smoking the Spurs pack. I need to see their demise. So I'm happy they don't got it together. They got they have too many individual guys, and then you got Chris Paul.
Chris Paul, man, all he has to do is pass that ball to everybody.
I give him that, but he's got guys. 39. I would trade for, man, ship them to Guantanamo or something.
So what's your beef with Sohan?
I just think he's a bitch. He's always talking shit about the Rockets.
Yeah, they got beef there. They definitely got some.
It's not even beef. You don't even win games, bro. You're hurt. You won one game and we came back and packed you up. And then we just beat the Spurs by 27 the other day.
Who isn't?
But I just hate Jeremy. I think his hair's lame. I think his demeanor's lame. He sold me in fantasy basketball one year, and I think that's really where the hate came from.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. That has to be
He sold me so bad in fantasy basketball. I was like, this guy fucking sucks.
I had a bet one time on what's that, Prize Picks, and it was
thank God I don't bet money.
Curry was gonna. I think I betted for Curry to score more than 20 points, bro. It's Steph Curry. He's gonna score more than 20. That's what
he put up like 19, I bet.
Bro, he had 10 points. It was one of the worst games of his career, and I'm like, motherfucker Curry.
Like this. I'm telling you, I was praying when the Warriors fell apart, and then when they won a ring, I was sick to my stomach.
Against Boston, bro.
I'm a big Boston believer. I'm actually just a Jason Tatum fan, but they got
Tatum gets a lot of hate, bro. Honestly,
sometimes I watch him play, and I was like, damn, he deserves it. Sometimes I watch him play, and he'll do something, and I was like, this is the kind of shit I would do, and I'm not in the league. I'm not professional. Why are you doing that, bro?
I think he's kind of cringe.
You do not need to take a contested step back 3 over 2 people. I'm like, damn, drive to the basket.
Bro really thinks he's Kobe sometimes.
No, it's kind of funny, though. I always wonder, like, what dumb... When he did the whole texted Kobe, like, I got you, that shit was kind of funny.
That's some female shit, bro.
He was
no offense to no females out there, but that's some female shit.
Just look back at they lost. If they won, it wouldn't have looked as bad.
Oh, it would have been hard. That would have been definitely. They would have been all over Instagram and TikTok. Like he's
but I hate when backup players do that. Like I hate Kyle Kuzma.
I hate how he.
I hate he took that stupid picture with the to recreate it. I'm like, bro, you play on the Wizards. Like you play where you belong now.
Yeah, when he won in the bubble, it wasn't because Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah,
it really wasn't.
Man, you could put 100 guys on that team. You could have put Trenton Watford on that team, and you're still gonna do what you do.
Hey, low key, that 2020 Lakers team was fucking nasty.
They got lucky that they were in a bubble.
I keep hearing the conversation. I can kind of see it because it seems like I watch a lot of podcasts with players
in the regular season.
Yeah, a lot of podcasts with players I've watched. They talk about the bubble like it was a very. I think they're exaggerating the shit out of it because they're just spoiled, but they're saying it was like jail. It was the worst experience ever, and I'm like, dude, you're at Disneyland chilling in hotel rooms playing basketball. That's what you're paid to do. Like, you were allowed to go out, too. It wasn't like you were locked in that room all day. Like, you just couldn't leave the resort. That's all it was. Like, bro, we did that ourselves out here in the civilian world. We were all locked up in our houses, just bullshit.
I was still going out.
Yeah.
Not to the bars, but I was out and about.
I just went to work.
I was be like, did we close down? No, I had to go to work, too. That shit was ass.
Yeah, here in San Antonio, it was a ghost town, bro. Like, I was doing security at a downtown building, and bro, no one was there. I was getting paid to hang out and play Steam on the fucking computer.
That's a pretty good job.
I was getting like 60, 70 hours a week, bro. Getting paid big checks because no one wanted to come into work because they were scared. And I'm
Like
like, what are
I'm
you
right there.
scared of?
I'm in.
I'm
Ain't
like,
nobody here.
it was a USAA building, so it's like nobody was there. No one's coming to work. So what are you gonna catch if no one's here? It's just us. Really ain't. But
Yeah,
I
we're
took
just
all their money.
at my job. We were just chilling. We'd come inside. We were just playing football every day.
Is that back when you were working at Hibbett?
No, I'm still working at Hibbett. I would just be like, all right, let's open up a new football. Let's run some routes. We broke
In the
so many.
store?
Dad, I'm not even joking. We'd be like, I think we're doing 40-yard dashes today.
That is crazy.
I'd clear out 40 yards and we'd be timing ourselves. Like, let's go do some vertical jumps. We'd be playing We'd be playing baseball. I broke so many things in that store. Just like they're like, yeah, Gus, fucking sling it. And I'm like, I don't know if I could throw a ball accurately. I never played baseball, but if I hit y'all, it's not my fault.
So I'm curious. What has made your decision to stay in your hometown instead of leaving, like a lot of us do?
Well, I went to college in San Antonio, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I went to UTSA, and I just don't like San Antonio. No offense to San Antonio.
It's
I
overhyped.
realized I'm not a big town person at all, though.
So you like being in the small towns?
Probably. I don't like driving, honestly.
20 minutes to go anywhere at minimum?
Yeah, I realized I don't like driving as much. I don't really like the big town either. I didn't like the roads. I did get to my first car accident there, too. I got hit.
Same,
And
twice.
I was like, damn, I went 18 years without getting hit, and I've been here for 1 year and I already got hit.
So with that being said, how's the wife situation going to work? Because we all know where we're from, Alice, Texas, America. Every woman you think is decent, your homeboy or someone that you know has been with them. So how does it work there? Because you're gonna have to make some sacrifices if you're trying to find a wife in Alice.
I don't really look too far. I kind of brush it off. I was like, man,
You're like, I'm good. I don't want to
good for
criminalize
now.
myself.
Actually, my friends are always funny. They're always telling me, like, when are you gonna get a girlfriend? But then when they're like mad, they're like, bro, you're so lucky you're single. I'm like, which is it? Do you want me to be in a relationship, or? Cause it's always funny. Like, they come to be like, damn, I'm mad today. He's like, you're so lucky you're single. I was like, yeah.
Truthfully,
I was like, watch, I'm about to go have fun, play Xbox. I was like, good luck for you, man.
truthfully, for me, because I don't know if you're aware of this story, but I got into a lot of trouble before I moved to San Antonio with life, and someone tried to kill me, bro. Like for real. Someone tried to burn my house down when I was asleep. But luckily, because I'm a very paranoid person for a reason, I moved out of that house 2 weeks or a week before it happened. And I didn't tell nobody I moved. Nobody, like, at that time, no one really knew I was even in Alice at the time because I was, like, just staying to myself. And I get a call from all my old neighbors I was friends with. They're like, dude, your house is on fire. Are you okay? You okay? I was like, I don't live there no more. What are you talking about? So, yeah, my house got burned down in the middle of the night, bro, because I had some beef with some dude that I used to work with. And I can't really say his name, and it's kind of crazy because I have a relative that's married into his family. So it's like, it's a real tough situation. You know them too. I know you do. It's just can't really disclose that. Even off camera, I can't give names because it's just that sensitive of information. But yeah, that dude tried to kill me in my sleep, bro. And that's when I realized the way that I'm moving is not good, and I'm gonna die if I stay in this town because I'm pissing off too many people.
I don't actually have a lot of enemies. Actually, for a little bit of time, I felt like I did have a lot of enemies, and I don't know why.
Who would hate you though? I've never heard anything bad about you.
People I didn't even know.
You just have that aura. They're jealous,
I have
bro.
a bad habit of making people's girlfriends laugh a lot, and it wasn't like on purpose.
Let's dive into that, bro, because I kept hearing during your blonde hair phase. I'm gonna put a pic in
blonde hair. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna put a pic in this video. I'm gonna edit that in so you can see the era. Blonde hair Gus was a fucking menace to society at that point. That's what I kept hearing at that moment.
And it was so the funny thing is, like, late stage life bloomer. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't drinking from didn't drink after high school. I turned like 24, 25. Honestly, I will say half of my personality. I lie a lot. I'll be honest. I have two different personalities. I don't let the girls see the real personality. I let it happen one time, and I almost got into a fight with some people, and she was like, "Oh my god, this is like how you actually are." I was like, I told you.
But where did
But
that come from though? Because I don't ever remember you being younger, like being confrontational to that point.
actually, I've always had the temper of my father. I'm just very good at keeping it in.
You have a lot of emotional intelligence then, because in high school, bro, I never heard a story about you in a fight. I've never heard you having beef with another guy. I never heard you in any type of controversy ever.
No, I do stay. I'm very good at staying low, but I will say part of working out, it didn't make me cocky, but I got to a point where like I'll be honest. There's a lot of times I walk into a room and I'm like, yeah, I'm the strongest guy in here. I'm like,
That red pill shit. I like
it's
that.
not
You
even
need
like
that.
in a mean way, but I'm just like, if I'm by myself, like I like to have at least a couple friends with me because I don't know, you never really know. Even for a guy like me, I was like, I'm not necessarily that confrontational, but it's all I always feel like, yeah, I gotta at least have one guy friend with me somewhere just in case, maybe I did make this guy's girlfriend laugh or maybe I said something that might have offended him, and I probably did say it to offend him. But so I like to at least have one guy friend around and be like, sometimes even Tristan and I would be like walking through the mall and be like, man, none of these, I'll fight all these guys. At the Spurs game, he's like, bro, you got to chill out. Someone's going to fight you. And I was like, I will fight somebody right now. I was like, I do not care about any of these Spurs
I'll
fans.
tell you right now, bro. They don't fight in San Antonio. You get shot and stabbed, bro.
Well, so sometimes I also think, but don't get me wrong, but we're in a area where I'm going to trust security to make sure nobody got a gun through.
Oh yeah, I mean Spurs game for sure. No weapons are getting in there.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm not picking up fights on the outside of that.
Yeah, yeah. I went to an LA Fitness on Blanco Road in San Antonio. I don't know if you know where that's at or not, but
Nope.
it's a bad place to be. Not bad,
I
but
lived
like
on the good side. Not to sound like that, but I lived on the fairly good side of San Antonio. I lived like, damn, it was like Hunt Lane. It was like Culebra. It was north.
That's a good spot.
Yeah, northwest. I was on the good side. I lived next to UTSA, so I didn't have issues up there.
I went to that LA Fitness, bro, because I lived on the northeast side, so that's a very, very, very ghetto
that's
side.
a scary side, and I never went that way.
And bro, I don't look threatening. You can tell me right now, I don't look. I've never looked like a problem. I've always been a silent issue because my personality was always out there, but the way I look will deceive you to think I wouldn't do shit. So needless to say, I'm at an LA Fitness run. This is back when I was like about 290, bro, and I was on my way of losing weight and shit. So I'm playing basketball because I don't want to be on the treadmill. So I'm trying to do some cardio. I'm putting up shots, whatever.
I hate the treadmill. Passion.
So these dudes, I mean, they all came in there. They want to run pickup, right? So we're running pickup, bro. I shit you not. Like in the middle of the pickup, they get into some beef over a foul. Dude was trying to go for a fucking layup. The guy got in the way to try to set a fucking screen. I'm like,
That's
why you setting?
I'd be setting screens at pickup games. Try
Not a screen. No,
charging foul.
Lying.
I'm setting. That is me.
Yeah.
I will. I'm gonna set up a charge foul, and I don't care if you get mad.
At an LA Fitness though, bro.
No, I'm crazy. I will.
So my point of view was this game ain't that serious to be doing all that. This is just it's like 3-on-3. Like it ain't serious. But the dude did it anyways to be petty, and the dude landed like fucked up, but he got up to where he wasn't hurt, thankfully. Man, they got into it bad, bro. And he's like, "You wait here, motherfucker," and then he goes outside, bro.
Yeah, I would have
been.
I'm gone.
I took off, bro. I didn't even wait for it, bro. I read a report later that day. A man was shot at the Blanco LA Fitness, and I was like, I got out of there, bro. Fuck that
as soon
shit.
as you said wait here, I would have been gone. I'll be honest. I'm not bulletproof, and I know that to the extent of my life. Don't get me wrong. I'm strong. I'm not bulletproof, and I understand the difference there.
I'm very avoidant now of confrontation, not because I'm like scared, but I understand how the law of averages work, right? In high school, I was very lucky. All right, I picked a lot of fights in high school. I was always in everyone's shit. I've never gotten my ass beat in high school ever. So I understand all through that time, even in William Adams, bro, in middle school, I was picking fights all the time. Eventually, your luck runs out. You're gonna meet someone who's gonna whoop your ass, and they're gonna whip it bad, bro. I don't fuck with it. I won't get involved in shit because it's like it's not worth it to me. Because I ain't trying to meet the guy who's gonna whip my ass one day. I'm good. I'm washed up too now. So like, even if you kicked my ass, you didn't win nothing because you didn't take me on when I was confrontational. Now, do I train in case that day comes? Fuck yeah, because I'm not gonna just let you whip my ass. But
that's fair. Yeah,
I I try to avoid fights if I can with anyone.
Yeah,
But it's
I'm
kind
not
of hard.
necessarily starting fights. Like, I don't train to fight. Like, I train for strength. I'll be honest. I'm in there. I just want to look strong. I want to look strong, and I want to be strong. So,
Shit, I got nunchucks, bro. I don't want to. I'm
no,
not throwing hands. I'm gonna pull out a nunchuck and beat your
I'm in
ass with a
the gym to
nunchuck.
look. I'm in the gym to get strong. I'm not in there. I'm not shadow boxing. I'm like, I guess we're benching 3 times this week, and let's go max every day, type of stuff.
Do you skip legs?
I do legs, but I
But
do
do you
like.
skip legs?
Nah, I hit legs pretty hard. I say I hit legs hard, but you're
Got
not
you,
gonna
bro.
catch me on the squat machine. I'll do hack squats. I'll do deadlifts.
Like the free weight squats.
Yeah, I just
I
takes too
won't do
much
that
time
shit,
out of
bro.
my day. I'm just like, man, I could set up a hack squat machine faster. I could do the leg press faster. Like,
It's too much on your lower back, in my opinion. Like just putting all that weight
well, I
on
wear
your
a
upper
belt
back, you
when I
press.
lift, so
Yeah,
but
that's
I
why my
do
lower
legs,
back
but
hurt.
I just stay away from regular free weight squats because I just don't feel like being on there for that long of my workout. It's just
What about deadlifts?
I,
What's your opinion on those?
uh I just do them to look strong. I don't really think they're that great of a workout.
They help me out with my back when I have back pain. So when I need to strengthen my back, I'll put like 25s to a plate most, and I'll just do reps, and it helps out my back a lot.
I do straight leg deadlift, but I won't do like
Yeah,
I'm not gonna set up for a full. I might like once a month just to see if I could pull some heavy weight just for fun. If there's like a lot of people around, then yeah.
facts, facts, facts. So what's the best gym in Alice then? Because I
Uh,
haven't been there in a minute, like actually to work out at places. So is Fit 24 still the spot, or is there
I
better
don't.
places now?
I think they're all kind of. Oh, you know what? There is a new gym that just opened. I've heard nothing but good stuff about it. It's called like Wolf Club or something. I've just never worked out there. It's pretty
Wolf
pricey.
Club is is
It's
that like
right.
a chain place or local?
I think it's local. It's right across from the Anderson Park. I've just
We
never
need more
been.
local business in Alice, Texas,
But
America.
like, I
So
have 2 gym
let's check it out.
memberships right now because sometimes I wake up.
Oh, you dedicated, you locked in.
It just depends on how I feel. Like, I have a gym down
That's
the
it.
road, and I'll go to that one. Or if I want to go to my other gym, I'll go to the other one.
That's at least $80 a month, at least
That's
on
only
gym
30,
memberships.
35 each.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad because the cost of living in Alice isn't too bad at all.
But yeah, so I either I have my gym that's down the road, and I feel like if I don't feel like driving to the other side of town, I'll go to that gym. But if I feel like being on the other side of town, I'll go to my gym.
I feel that. That's dope though, bro. You stay in shit. I need to lock in. I got this new job where I work 12 hours a day. So I work 5 to 5 and 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. And honestly, bro, I don't understand how people work those hours, get out at that time, get home like around 6 or 7 and manage to shower, eat dinner, spend time with their kids and work out and still sleep enough to function throughout the week. Like I don't understand how people do it.
I'll tell you, we abuse caffeine. Look, I work a simple job. I work 9 to 6, but I'm up at 5. Like, I'm hitting the gym at 5:36 in the morning, coming home, taking a shower, boom, going straight to work. But I abuse caffeine. I will be honest.
It's definitely a very good drug because I've tried doing without caffeine and I've tried with caffeine. And with caffeine is a tremendously better experience when it comes to functioning. It gets kind of bad when you get reliant on it though, but it
Sometimes I
definitely
take
makes
a
a
little
big
week
difference.
off. Sometimes I'll be like, I guess.
But I don't even drink a lot of caffeine. I think like the most I've ever consumed is like 350 milligrams at one time. And that was only because I tried a certain pre-workout. I'm pretty crazy for this, but Mike from Jersey Shore, he has a pre-workout line.
That's
And it's
got to be
called
fun for you.
It's called BDS Grenade. So it's Big Daddy Sitch Grenade. And I just bought it because I was like, why not? Right. So I bought it. It tasted phenomenal. I won't lie, bro. Like that really is like a big factor of why I lost like 60 pounds in the pandemic. But I got off that shit after like 3 months because I was like, this is too much caffeine for me. Because I used to work until like 11 at night. So I would drink it like at 10:30 for my shift ended. So then by 11, I'm in the fucking gym upstairs at the building I worked at. And I would just be working out to like 1:30, 2 a.m. And then I go home and sleep. And I'm like, I'm very sensitive to caffeine. So usually for me, if I drink caffeine, I ain't going to bed. I can't. My body won't let me. So the fact that I was able to go to bed is pretty like weird to me.
I
But
was
I feel like the quality of sleep was bad. I would wake up still kind of like, what the fuck? Like I'm amped up still from the caffeine or some shit.
Yeah, that's how I had to get out of my nighttime lifting. I used to do a lot of nighttime lifting, and I hated it because I got to if I'm lifting, I'm probably going hard. Like I want to lift heavy. You know, I'm throwing some weight up, so I do need the pre-workout. Like I got some strong pre. Like I have a pre that I take, and I only bust it out for chest day. Only it's 550 milligrams of caffeine.
What the fuck, dude?
I
That's
can,
legal?
yeah.
That is wild.
It's because it's a 2-scoop thing. Like you take 2 scoops to get the full dosage, but of course I'm taking 2 scoops.
This dude's crazy.
You could only take 1 scoop of it, and you only get 250 and like 275 or something.
So
But
I'm curious.
I'm double scooping it.
I'm actually pretty curious. Do you watch fitness influencers? And if you do, who are like your top influencers to watch?
So I'm not like subscribed to any, but I like see them on TikTok. So I see what they do. I used to watch this one guy, but he passed away. Actually, died in a car accident.
Which one's that one?
His name was Baxter.
I'm not familiar, but I'm pretty sure I can look it up.
He passed away in Houston. Like it was kind of like not too long ago. So I did used to watch him a lot, and I was like, damn, like that. I was like, obviously me, I don't know the guy, but you know, I used to watch his content. Like he was a cool guy. Guy who used to be fat got skinny.
That's pretty dope. Are you familiar with a guy named Chris Harrio?
Nope.
He's a calisthenics guy, but I think he's not fully calisthenic. There's no way you that big and beefy off just calisthenics alone.
Oh yeah, I always am wary of calisthenics people. But like I see other fitness people. Like I would be lying if I told you like I didn't see the Trend Twins. But I don't work out like them. I think some of their content's funny, but realistically, I'm never gonna model how I work out after them. Like I see Sam Sulek, but I'm not gonna work out like Sam Sulek. These guys
roided the fuck
yeah,
out,
like
bro.
these dudes are on $5,000, $10,000 a month steroids.
I'll show you. This is Chris Harrio. Do you think that's just calisthenics?
No, I'm gonna be honest.
Exactly. He's either on roids or trend or some shit. I don't know, bro. He's on something.
Nah, he'd be bigger if he was on Trend.
Or maybe he's just lying about the calisthenics thing and he's actually lifting weights.
Or maybe
like,
he just
on the
I
side.
would say you'd be surprised at people's genetics.
He's Asian of some sort. Asian.
And I don't want to be. I watch actually a decent amount of coaching too. Like I don't watch them for their coaching necessarily, but I like to see what they have to say sometimes. And,
so what's stopping you from making content then? Because you're very knowledgeable about
a
lot of the shit you take.
I put out a workout video one time and it flopped. I was like, okay, you guys don't. This is not the shit y'all want to see. And then I put out. It had like 200 views, and then I put out a pre-workout review like right after, and it was like 800. I was like, okay, y'all don't want to see me lifting. Y'all want to hear me talk. I was like, okay.
Maybe it's a.
I was like, back to
do you use certain hashtags? Maybe that's the reason
I
why.
use the same hashtags and all my stuff, but my pre-workout reviews kept going up, and I'm like, okay, y'all don't want to see me lift. Y'all just want to hear me talk. Like, back to talking.
By nature, you pretty much had to stay in your lane, pretty much.
Yeah, that was like that didn't hit, so I was like, well, back to reviews. It is. They're not fucking with this.
Why don't you make a YouTube that's for your lifts and then your TikToks like your reviews? That way it doesn't fuck up your page.
I just like the TikTok how easy it just is to hop on and
just do some shit.
Yeah, it's just like I set my phone up in my car and like I'm literally in front of my gym. I could do this in a minute because I don't do retakes. It's just like boom. I pretty much already know what I'm gonna say, but I also want it to be a fairly like raw reaction to this.
So you don't like to do all the editing and stuff? Because honestly, that takes up some time, bro. Because I be doing clips for the pod. That shit takes up a lot of time.
Oh yeah, and I want them to be as raw as they are because it's a review. Like I want people to see like if I make an ugly face and I try to tell you it's good, you're gonna be like, But I could edit that ugly face out. But if I make if I make a certain face and I'm like, oh yeah, this shit tastes good, and it matches what I'm saying, then you're like, oh, this might be a good pre-workout. If I make an ugly face and I'm like, yeah, this is ass, you're like, okay, it probably is ass. So that's why I like to do raw reviews of them. I used to do really long form reviews, like ingredient breakdowns, but they didn't catch as much as like kind of the faster reviews being like how much it costs, give you a couple breakdowns of some macros, and those just caught on faster. Like I used to do like 5-minute breakdown videos.
Fucking attention spans are terrible these days. I noticed if you post anywhere between 10 to 30 seconds on a clip, that shit's gonna take off on the algorithm hard. But if you take a minute or you post something, anything above 30 seconds, it's gonna mess with your algorithm a lot.
Yeah, I try to keep my reviews in like about 2 minutes.
Which it does get numbers, like a pretty decent amount. Like considering you're just giving your opinion and you're just fuck it, publish. I
So
mean,
I
it
remember I
gets
did a
enough.
review on an Alani drink, and Alani actually like commented on it. And I was like, oh, so y'all are watching. I'm not gonna lie. Then I did a
Damn.
different review, but the thing I reviewed was kind of ass, and I was like, that's tough. But I was
So
honest about it. I was like, this kind of ass.
so if a product were to be trash, but they paid you to say it's good, would you fake it for the camera, or would you be like, nah, I can't do this?
I got to see the numbers.
Shit. Just
It got
you
it.
give me
It's
give me a
got
bill, I'll do it.
it's got to depend on the product because I could lie about an energy drink. That's easy, and you don't lose much. Like if you trust me to do a review, and I'm like, this energy drink is good, but it's ass. And maybe you taste it and you
But
do
it's
like
ass.
it, and they paid me under the table to be like, say our energy drink is good. Energy drinks are a dime a dozen most of the time. I could lie about that. But if I tell you a pre-workout's good and you taste it, you could just read it. And you're like, damn, this shit is ass. What is Gus on about? And now it's like, pre-workouts
So
are,
what's your
pre-workouts are easy. Like, I've just so much in the ingredients side. Like, I do know a lot about ingredients. I could tell when I see some bullshit ingredients at this point. One brand I used to use a lot that they were up and coming was called Ecovision, and they have some
never
good
heard of
ingredients.
it?
They're an up and coming brand, but they kind of are. They're pivoting towards more clothing, so they're kind of like losing me a little bit. I'll be honest, but
Yo,
they used to have
speaking
some
of
really
that,
clean workout.
I'm gonna send you something right now. Don't show it to the camera or nothing, but I want your opinion because this is gonna be the logos for the merch that's gonna come out for this podcast. And it's very simple, nothing crazy, but yeah, I'm probably gonna have some Christmas merch come out or like some hoodies and stuff.
Oh, I like obviously you see me in the color of my hoodie, so I'm a blue
Yeah,
guy.
the blue one's my favorite actually. The one to me it looks the best, but I'm probably gonna push those the heaviest. Those are just like little prototypes, but yeah. So for the viewers, merch will be coming out, and I should have it by December for sure. And I should be rocking one of the shirts or hoodies by December on a podcast. Um, so yeah, you're gonna get a free one by the way, because anyone who's on a guest on my podcast is gonna get a free fucking piece of merch. That's just how I work. I'm not gonna make you pay for some shit that you were a part of. That just doesn't make sense to me. But we're actually like an hour in, so I actually want to dive into this segment, which is the "Do You Mind" segment. So now we've talked about how you are online, your reputation, what people see of you. I want you to tell me who you are and help the audience understand how to connect to you better. Because a lot of times, especially as men, like people don't really know the full story behind us because we don't really tell it. You know what I mean? Who's got time to be talking about all that shit? But this podcast, we kind of dive into a little bit of personal stuff. So, do you mind if we dive into that, or
Just
you
go
cool on
ahead.
that part? Okay. So, there's not much I know about you personally because we were very good friends in elementary school. But we get older, classes change, schedules ain't the same. We don't, we drift off to other classes, make other friends. That's how it works. It's life. So, how was your childhood like? Because when we're young kids, everything seems badass at the time, but we don't really know what's going on behind closed doors. So your childhood, would you rate it like you had a good upbringing? Or is there a lot of complicated shit you had to go through that you don't really speak about? How did that go?
No, I'm very open when I talk about when I talk to people, like in general. I'm one of those guys. So grew up single parent household. And keep it a buck. Um,
Facts.
my relationship with my dad is a late life relationship. So let me think, man. We probably barely like reconnected. I was already an adult. Like, yeah, he was here and there growing up, but it's different when you reconnect as an adult. So like, me and my dad are cool now. Don't get me wrong. Like, we'll go hit some workouts. He'll stop by the gym. I mean, he'll stop by my work. We'll chop it up. We go out and do stuff. We might hit the bar together. But that was a late life. Like, I might have been like 21, 20, no, maybe like 22. And I'm 27 now. So that's like the extent of our relationship is kind of like very, very recent.
Yeah, it's new to you.
But I mean, I am very. I'm not to say that I'm not emotional, But I understand, you know, connecting to somebody and not making it awkward. I'm like, I don't hold it against him for his, inabilities growing up. Like, at the end of the day, he's a young father and he was going through a lot of fuck ups, and that's what it comes down to. And so I don't hold it against him. So that's why, we're older now. I think it hits him a little bit more that he's older. So I'm like, I'm not going to deny you the opportunity to connect with me now that we're adults. I got a car now. We could link up or something. You like lifting, I like lifting. So, but growing up, very much single revolving door household.
Do you feel like that affected you as a child, transitioning from a boy to a man, or did it not affect you at all?
I don't know, because sometimes I talk to people and they're always surprised that I never felt, because a lot of people know my dad. It's funny. I meet so many people that have worked with him, and they're like, "You're not like him, are you?" And I was like, "No." They're always surprised by that. And they're like, "How do you stay level headed?" And I was like, "I don't know." I felt like it's fairly natural.
Do you feel like that's more of your mom's side
No,
kicking in?
not at all.
Okay,
Not at all.
that was a quick one. Holy
No,
shit!
it's me.
That was you. Do you think it's more or less like subconsciously you saw the way maybe her temperament was, and growing up you're like, I don't want to be like that?
I think some people are just, because I don't think I've ever consciously been like, I'm not gonna be like my mom. There's sometimes I probably like her, maybe. I just think, I don't know. If I really do feel like a lot of it was just very natural. It's just,
You were just wired different.
I don't want to be like the corny, I'm different, but there was no point in life where I'm like, I needed to turn to drugs to escape from something. I need to turn to heavy drinking. I need to turn to, avenues. It was just it's just rolling.
So you've always had that strong, resilient mindset that you're good. No matter where you're at in life, you're good.
Yeah. I think I've always been fairly grounded.
That's admirable, bro, because I went through a lot through those stages in life. Like, I don't know if you ever knew this about me, but
And I'm not going to say my life wasn't hard. I will be honest. As an adult, there were times where I wasn't eating. I did not have a job. I couldn't get work, and I don't know what it was, man. Nobody wanted to hire me.
it'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah,
It feels like
even
all
in
the
I'll be
cards are
honest,
stacked
even in
against
San
you.
Antonio, I couldn't find work, and it's
That's
crazy to
pretty
say.
crazy.
I know,
That is
dude.
crazy.
And I'm not gonna say I'm above fast food, but at some point I was like, I'm gonna start applying at fast food work. I really did want to skip the fast food life, but I started applying at Pizza Huts, Red Lobsters, and nobody was calling me back. I was like, damn, I'm shit at this, I guess. I'm like, damn.
I'm shit at this.
I thought the resume was looking. I thought I was, because I knew once I get into the interview, I'm gonna kill it. I know that. I just couldn't get to the interview part.
So let's escalate to that here pretty soon. So we talked about your childhood. So what about, I would say, about you entering your teenage years, about William Adams, I'd say. How was that transition? Because obviously we went from being dumb kids to where we're advancing with how aware we are about the world and people, especially habits of family and other people around us. How are you transitioning into that stage? Like, okay, I'm getting older. This is changing very fast.
See, I don't really think so when I was, we had the GT program. So starting 6th grade, I was part of that. And I just thought, being around, I guess it was different because I was around the same group of kids for the longest time. Once you're in the GT program, you're not with I wasn't mingling with a lot of other kids. I was with the same group of students, from my 6th grade to my senior year of high school. I rarely had other people around me. So I kind of always just stayed, I think I just stayed. I think that maybe helped me stay a little grounded because I met people. I was like, this guy's pretty smart. And I was like, so when I was around, I don't want to call them regular people, but regular ed. I think I accidentally got put in a regular ed class one time, and I was like, I can't be in here.
I've always remembered that about you. You were very smart compared to most people in our class.
And I was like, man, I can't be in this regular ed class. I had to go to the counselor and be like, I got to get out of this class. I can't be in here.
Yeah, Alice high school education wasn't the greatest when it came to regular ed standards. Alice education in general, bro, because a lot of us just got passed on. Or I'm not going to disclose her name, but if you bought a certain plate from a certain teacher, she would give you 900s. I did.
I only had
I had a 90. I had a 90 in pre-cal. I flunked geometry twice, but I had
okay.
a 90 in pre-cal. But I don't know who was watching the grades, but that should have clicked. Like, hey, that don't make no fucking sense. But whatever.
No, I
But that's
didn't have
cool.
that teacher, so I didn't get. I always heard about it. They're like, dude, you just gotta do this, and you gotta bring a can of soda. I was like, man, I gotta go study for this damn test. So y'all got
Facts,
it.
brother.
Y'all got it easy.
She would let us cheat in our classroom, bro. Like I'll go up to I wouldn't say the nerdy kids, but the kids who actually knew how to do their work that were kind of on the outcast side. At the time, they were the anime kids that were kind of weird.
They still
I'll
are. I
go up
don't
to
give a
them.
fuck.
A lot of them are, especially. I can't even say names because I don't want to disclose their information like that. But at the time, I'll go up to them and I'd be like, "Hey, bro, like, I'm having trouble with this. You mind helping me out?" They would look at me and like they literally told me like, "We know you're just talking to us because you need help with your work."
Not
Like
real.
they were like, "We're gonna finish it. Just copy off us." And I was like, "Okay." So at the time, like when I got told that, because I was an asshole in high school, but I felt bad because I was like, "Damn, that's how they see it." You know what I mean? So I remember I sat down next to him and I was like asking him questions about Dragon Ball because he had a hoodie on. Now, of course, I watched Dragon Ball. I know the answers to everything, but I'm curious. So I started asking him questions, and he's like, "Oh, well, da 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 da," and I'm like slowly making conversation with him, and like we're just talking about some shit, and then he was very surprised that I wanted to have a conversation with him. I'm like, "You're a person, bro. I'm not just gonna fucking treat you like you're some thing that just does stuff for me. Like, no, like you're not a servant." But that's when I had to learn. I think it was like towards senior year that a lot of these kids, bro, they're just surprised that people are kind to them, and it just changed my outlook on a lot of things. But
I had,
that's when I started realizing things were different.
I had very small classes my senior year. I had like 6 people classes, so I didn't.
But that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was doing all AP everything, so I was like in classes with 5 people. So for the longest time,
So, so why didn't you go to like? Not that you didn't go to college because you did, but like, how come you didn't choose a career that would be very excelling compared to what you're doing now? Not saying that you're not doing anything good. It's just you were always smarter than everybody that I knew around us. So, what led you to just not pursue something like fucking doctor, lawyer, something crazy like that?
I think genuinely it was a burnout. I spent
I feel that.
so much of those 4 years doing schoolwork, and when I got to college, well, let's take you back. So when I was an 8th grader, I don't know if you ever remember Dr. Everard.
Yeah, yeah, I remember
I
him.
had him in.
I used to have a crush on his daughter real bad. I think everybody did.
So when I had him for 8th grade, I didn't. He used to teach. Or he used to do this extracurricular activity called octathlon or pentathlon for us when we were in middle school. You got the high school is octathlon, decathlon. I didn't do it in that. I had a lot of friends that did it, but I didn't do it. So I remember one year is already the end of our 8th grade year. We would go on to high school. We used to do our STAR tests.
Yeah,
So for the history STAR test, I got a perfect score on it. Not greasing. I'm not bragging. I finished that
that's
shit. I'm not
crazy.
even joking. Probably 20 minutes, 20 minutes max. I got a perfect score on it, and I probably fell asleep the rest of it waiting for it. Um, so normally, I mean, I'm not. You get your grades. Dr. Everett actually went out to congratulate me in front of the class. He had said something, and I'm again in the GT class, so there's other smart people, but he had said something, and he's like, blah blah blah. He's like something about me, and he's like, you guys think I'm joking? He's like, Gus is the only one in here got a perfect score on that STAR test. So he's like, why is everybody in here laughing about something on a test? Like, there's only one person here. So then he was like, hey, you're a lot smarter than you. It's clearly looking like you're not pushing yourself enough. And I'll be honest, I wasn't. To me, I was in GT because they asked me to do it. I was like, okay, cool. But it's not like I was going like extra miles. Like I'm actually really just good at history. So he's like, hey, we do this program. I want you to join. And I talked to my friends about it. They're like, they did it also. I'm like, you know what? I'm game. So got to high school. So from my 9th grade to my 12th grade, did octathlon for 2 years. And that actually was very humbling to meet people that were very much smarter than me. And then
That's
did
pretty dope.
decathlon my last 2 years. And then, man, you meet some people that are we would go to meets, and he'd be like, I'm gonna give you a load of background. We were a cocky team though. We were better than a lot of people. I'll be honest. He ran a well-oiled ship. But I think my senior year was our hard. Actually, we got our ass whooped our sophomore year. I've never seen him that mad in his life. To be fair, I wasn't part of the team. He had brought me up because I had the least experience. It's like, it was crash course for me. All these people I didn't know, they had been doing it since elementary. It's called Lone Star. So they had done, boom, elementary, 5th and 6th grade, 7th and 8th, and then you get to where they're at. And I just started, boom, straight at 9th. I started the freshman. So it's kind of crash course. I did my first year in octathlon. And the easiest way to say, I was like in the G League. That's pretty much the feeder. So we did good. I did good in the G League, and I got my call up, and I didn't make the team actually. And I remember him sitting me down. He's like, "I'm going to be honest." He's like, "I'm disappointed in you." And I was like, "Damn, I've never failed before." And I was like, "Damn, this is a different type of feeling." But he's like, "Look, I'm gonna still bring you along. You're still going to compete in the G League, but I'm still." He pretty much is like, "You still got the G League season to deal with, but I'm gonna still bring you up so you get exposure to what's around you." He's like, "You're not just." It used to be big fish, small pond. Now you're a small fish in a very big pond. So they got their asses. I always joke. I just tell them, like, y'all got y'all's asses handed to y'all. I wasn't part of that team. I didn't make it. Like, y'all finished 8th place. I was just there for the ride. But my junior year, we finished 2nd place. But it was like a bad second. But we got our ass whooped again. Senior year, we did win it all. We won a state championship. We got rings out of it. But, dude, I remember this one kid, and I'll always remember him. His name was Derek, and he was my arch enemy. He was. So in decathlon, you have divisions. There's the honors division, the scholastic division, and the varsity division. And I was in the varsity division. So you have 3 people in each division. Top 2 scorers, your scores get combined. So the max you could score is like for a team, I think is 60,000. I think because the max it's decathlon, 10 subjects. Every subject, the highest you can score is 1,000. Then you aggregate it all. There used to be this kid. So we knew we only had one school that we were really competing against. We were going to blow everybody else out of the park. And there's some rich-ass school. I think it was like Highland Park. I don't know if they're in Dallas or Houston, but we're talking about these kids, their parents, like, worked at NASA and shit. Like, these were smart kids. They were getting 30s to 34s on their ACTs.
Damn.
Like, these were smart kids. And I remember him just giving us a list. He's like, these are the guys you need to be focused on. So me and my buddy, a year younger than me, he was also part of the team. We knew the 2 guys. And I always forget the sidekick, the Robin of their team. But I always remember Derek because I think we went to our first big meet. So usually, I'm not going to say our smarter kids were the honors, but like probably our 2 smartest kids were honors. So normally that's kind of like how it goes, the 2 smartest. For our team, we all had what we were good at. I was really good at the history and economics. I did lack a little bit behind in the math. That was like probably harder for me because a lot of them were ahead in math. So I had to like teach myself math. But I remember we get to this meet and this kid, he's supposed to be a varsity. He blows us out. He scores higher than everybody in our team in math. And I'm talking about we got some smart kids on that team. Like some smart kids. They went to Ivy League school. Like, and I'm like, okay, this dude just beat us in math by himself. I don't even want to know what these other kids are doing. So that was a wake-up call. We're like, oh, shit. We got to lock in. These guys are smart. And this is a kid, like I said, he's their lowest tier. He's beating our best guys in math that are, again, miles ahead of me in math at that time. So we went to war that year. And, we came out and we did beat them. But that was
interesting.
So that when I was studying every day. Like I would get out of school, I would go study for another like 4 or 5 hours on top of doing my AP work because I had to get ready for the AP test at the end of the year. So I was just studying every day because I remember me and another teammate, we did our qualifier. And we won first at the meet. We're going to state. But us two were very obviously the weak points. And I remember me and him, we just came to each other. We're like, bro, we're letting everybody down. Like, it's going to be, if we lose, it's us. And I was like, well, bro, me and you, we got to we don't want to hold everybody down. You don't want to be those two guys that everybody loses because of you. It's our senior year. We don't get to run it back. It's like, if we don't win here, there is no second chance. We leave with the state championship or we don't. So me and him, we were doing extra studying. So I genuinely remember one time I studied so much that I don't know if it was just exposure to light because I was studying at night so much. Like, I temporarily lost my eyesight. Like, I remember going to school and I just had massive headache all day by third period. And I was like, dude, I closed my eyes. I was like, I can't see. But I didn't want to freak anybody out. But I'm like, oh my God, like, I just can't see.
That's pretty gnarly, bro.
So we got to stay. We beat them. It was a hell of a battle.
So
then I did go to school, and I chose, not to say I chose the wrong school. There's nothing wrong with UTSA. I was just lazy. I didn't feel like writing. By the time we were applying for colleges, I just didn't want to write more essays because, like, I just spent our whole school year writing essays, doing tests, and like, you're telling me I got to write you an essay why I want to go to your school. I did not want to do that shit. So I picked the schools that I knew I was going to get into. UTSA was like, okay, you're automatically admitted just off your ACT. Here's your financial package. I'm like, cool, this is where I'm going. Like, I'm not. And I got there, and it wasn't challenging enough. And I got into a car accident, and it just took my drive away. I fractured 2 vertebrae in my spine because we got hit.
Yikes, man.
It wasn't, like, terrible. Like, I could walk.
Still, that's gonna affect you later on.
Yeah, I ended up failing a class because of it because I was out of school for 2. It was a class, just so happened I only go to that class on Thursdays. I got hit on a Thursday. I missed it. Next week was spring break. So I didn't see the professor for like a month because I was hurt. My emails weren't going through, and I could physically just not get to me because he had told us, like, once I leave for spring break, y'all just can't. So I failed his class, and I was like, I'm just not re-enrolling. I just don't want to do this. And I was like, well, I took a year off because maybe I thought a year off of not going to school would make me want to maybe go back into it. So I was like, okay, I'll re-enroll into community college, get my grades back up, and I'll maybe leave. So I used to live next to Northwest Vista. I don't even know if they're still college, but
yeah.
So I was going to re-enroll there. And they're like, yeah, we're sorry. UTSA has a hold on your transcripts. It's like, I owed them $1,000 for some shit. And I was like, I don't got money to pay you guys $1,000 to get my transcripts out. So then I had to work for that. So my money went. And by the time I had paid them off, I was like, I don't even want to go to school. So I was like, well, time to get a job. And
that's a crazy ass story, dude.
So then I couldn't find work in San Antonio for shit. I just couldn't. And I was like, damn. I even went to like the temporary agencies. They're like, look, dude, you don't have any job experience. You didn't go to college. I was like, yeah, I know, but you're telling me that you can't get me in anything? Like, I'll do some manual labor. Not even like factory jobs. There was nothing open. Like, my grandma's a grinder. She used to work at Toyota building car parts. And I'll tell you, this is a 6-year-old woman. Her and my mom. I was like, y'all can't get me in there. They're like, we're not hiring. Like, not to say they just didn't have positions open. I'm like, damn, I didn't have a car, so it's not like I could take myself anywhere far. I was like, that's why if I didn't get in with them, I got to look into walking distance. Couldn't get anything. And I was like, you know what? It's time to kick the bucket downstream back to Alice. Like, I could probably find something here, save up money. Maybe I go back up. And at the time, Treston was working at Hibbett. I was like, bro, can you get me in? Like, I can get you an interview. I was like, that's all I need. I was like, I know I'll kill an interview if I get into one. And I actually ended up getting hired on the spot at a Family Dollar. So I was working 2 jobs.
That's the shit right there.
It was awful. I don't even know. I know at Family Dollar I was making like $9 an hour.
Oh, that's brutal, bro.
No, you want to know what's brutal? I remember one paycheck. I made $1,000. I don't even know how many hours I worked.
Probably way too much. Probably like 80 to 90 hours.
I don't even know what I was doing because I was just working every day. And I just remember seeing that check, and I was like, damn, this is $1,000 after taxes. And then it hit me after. I was like, damn, how much were they working me for me on $9 an hour, not a full-time worker, to just, boom, almost, $1,000 in a single paycheck. Because it's every 2 weeks. So they didn't have workers, but I ended up quitting. Family Dollar. That shit was ass when I finally got hired at Hibbett. I tried to make them work. They didn't want to work with me. I was like, well, just to let you guys know, like, y'all are my second choice anyways. I'm just going to stay at Hibbett.
Yeah, no shit. For sure.
So then, this many years later, I run the Hibbett now. So
That's dope, bro. That's dope. That's actually pretty cool. With
that's
that
the
all
life.
being said, though,
I haven't
like,
left in this economy. It's hard. I'll be honest. I realistically can't think of a lot of places that can give me what Hibbett gives me. It's like I have guaranteed overtime. I have guaranteed PTO. I have dental. I have vision. I have health. I bonus every month. I got two yearly bonuses that I hit every year. I make my own schedule.
shout out Hibbett Sports,
It's
bro.
hard for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna leave this because I can do. Not to say I do whatever I want. I run a great store, and I work my way up to be as where we're at. But it's like, where am I gonna find that's gonna give me the flexibility, like to be? I make my own schedule. If I don't want to work a Saturday, Sunday, I don't have to. I'm nice sometimes. I'm not gonna make my workers. Like I work the hard days sometimes. I'm in there with them, but I don't have to. Like, where am I gonna find a place that's gonna give me that? They're gonna give me the dental, all my insurances. I bonus. Like, I got crazy PTO. I have like 150 hours of PTO right now. I just never take days off, but if I wanted to, I'm just be like, I'm gone for a couple weeks.
That's the shit right there, man.
So it's just
So
like,
it all worked out.
yeah, that's why it's like I can't find a place that. Are there better places? That's possible, just not around where I'm at, and I don't have to work hard. I'll be honest. Are there days where I work hard? Yes. Am I working hard all the time? No.
I feel like you should use your knowledge, though, to do content creation of something. Because you're too well spoken and you're too knowledgeable on a lot of things to not capitalize off monetization money.
That's why I throw the TikToks out there, but I will admit I've sacrificed weight gain. I've sacrificed weight loss for getting stronger. So I've dieted before. I have the ability to. I remember one time I dropped down to 219. And it was
I wish I
hell.
was at 219.
I'll be honest with you, it was hell. And I was forcing myself, like I was on a crazy calorie deficit. I was doing insane cardio. And I remember in my eyes, obviously, I thought I looked fat. I'm like, every day I was like, no, I need to go hit 4 miles, 5 miles. I need to go do 1,000 yards of sprints. Like, I'm on the field every morning. Workout, sprint, run, go to work, repeat. And I remember, shit, it got to the point where everybody was like, are you okay? I'm like, why?
No.
He's like, one, you look dead in your eyes. I had bags under my eyes like crazy. And people were like, you look sick, dude. Like, they're asking me, like, are you sick? Like, cancer sick. I'm like, what are y'all talking about? He's like, dude, you've lost too much weight. And it got to the point where my dad was like, no, you look sick. I was like, okay, everybody, I'll take a break from the weight loss. Because in my head, I really wanted to go down more. Like that 219, I wanted to get down to 205.
That's how much I weighed freshman year, bro.
Yeah, I was like, I need to get down to 205. I wanted to even get down to 200.
Shit, dude, I haven't been under 200 since
And
eighth grade.
This girl that I was talking to at the time, I remember that's why I'll be honest, that's when it really hit me. She was like, did I look too skinny? She's like, it looked bad. But in my head, I'm like, no, I look fat. That's what I saw. I'm like, no, I need to lose more weight. But she was like, no. And I was like, it took everybody finally telling me, I'm like, you know what, guys? Okay, I'm the calorie deficit. I won't be on that. I was doing like 1,000 calories a day.
That's too little, bro. That's excessive.
I know. It's the side of fitness that a lot of people don't talk about. It's like that side, like
the body dysmorphia,
yes,
the obsessiveness.
That was I was addicted to not addicted to losing weight, but I was addicted to results. And I wanted more.
That.
At the detriment of my health. I was like, I look so sad. But I was like, I look good. When I kind of rebounded a little bit like to the 225s, I was like, I look good here. But then I want to get stronger, and I was like, well, got to put on the weight to get stronger. And
it's
then
that obsessive personality, bro. You got to have it sometimes to get what you need.
And then I took the bulking a little too far, and I was like, uh-oh.
How bad? Like, you fat bulked on accident?
Yeah, I was just like not starving myself. And then I was like 260 again. I was like, God damn it.
So basically, you know the recipe to gain weight and to lose weight. I mean, I'm sure you know you better now on losing weight correctly.
Oh, yeah. But I did I'm way stronger now than I was during that cycle. So that
That's
was
dope.
one thing that
So
gave me.
I know there's a lot of people out there who probably struggle with the whole "how do I lose weight" thing. I always say it's not hard. It's just you don't want it enough and you're lazy because
You got
people
it
think you have to
starts in the
starve
it starts
yourself.
in the fridge. It starts in the kitchen. You gotta meal prep.
Break
Meal
it
prep
down
doesn't
then.
have to
Break it
be.
down.
Look, I have a simple palate. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not like a picky eater, but I'm also okay with eating very basic food. Not everybody's like that. You got to find what you like. Me, I'm okay with eating some 97.3 lean beef and white rice. I
The
could do that.
best.
I could eat that every day. I could eat that 6 days in a row. Not everybody can do that, and not every weight plan is the same. Like, you just got to know. You got to see what works. Start off with a smaller deficit than you think. You don't got to jump down like me. Don't go down to 1,600 calories, 1,200. That shit is detrimental. In a flash cut, maybe. Now I think I could handle that for like, if I did that for a month, I probably could. If I really wanted to cut, it would just suck. But like a lot of people get caught up on the numbers. You don't need to actually be in the gym to lose weight. You don't even got to be running. Like me, it was excessive. I know. I was doing 1,000-yard sprints every day, fucking 3-4 miles of running. You don't got to do that. Get your steps up. You can go out to the track, walk 2 miles, walk 3 miles. Get that up every day, and it'll show.
Consistency.
Yeah, you just
Being great
you
is
got to
just being
make
good
yourself
and
do it though.
consistently.
Like I
Yeah.
don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. Trust me, every day I hate it. But I
But do
got
you want to
I,
be fucking
but
fat
I
and
got to
hate
get in the
yourself?
gym. Like I know I got to go. I got to go hit it.
I feel that shit, bro. I've actually struggled with consistency when it comes to fitness because I'm bad at adjusting when it comes to fitness. Like I can adjust everything to fit everything else I'm trying to do in life, but when it comes to fitness, it should be probably one of my number one priorities instead of everything else. But I'm focused on grinding so fucking hard, bro, that I just don't like I sacrifice my health over my career and this podcast and content creation, streaming, like and it's gonna catch up. You know what I mean? Everything always does. I have a hard time trying to find that balance, especially when you work 12-hour days. You look after 3 kids. You have a partner in life that you're basically married to, and then you're trying to do what you're trying to do on the side. It's hard to manage everything, bro. Like I sleep like 4 hours a night, bro, like on average.
I
And by the time I hit to Friday night, I'm fucking zombied out to where I just pass out. If I lay down, I'm done. Like I can't fucking stay up.
I will admit this is one part where I do enjoy the single life, not just because you know you don't have somebody in your ear all the time, maybe negatively or positively, but I do enjoy just everything is at my tempo. I don't gotta. I plan everything like I could leave work early if I want. I don't have to do my full 9 days. I can go make it up on a day that's dead or something. And that's also one of the great things about Hibbit. Not necessarily about Hibbit, it's about me being in charge. But, I don't got to be 9 to 6. If I'm not feeling it, I'll leave at 5. That's an extra hour to go work out. I'll go hit it. I don't have to plan around anybody, though. So that is something that also a lot of people, I don't think they take into account. It's easier to do it when you're single. It's going to be a lot harder.
Facts.
When you
Yeah,
have
because when you have kids, it's not about you at all no more. Really ain't.
Well, I say this. My dad just had a baby, so I have a baby brother, mind you. My dad is like 40 something.
Congratulations to both
No,
of
it's
y'all. That's
crazy.
dope. It's crazy.
It is
No.
crazy. I'm gonna be like 44 when this kid's 18.
Oh, you made your unk status.
Yeah, I know.
Damn
But
near grandpa
my
status.
dad takes him to the gym, so sometimes you just have him a little carrier at the gym, at the firehouse gym,
That is dedication,
and he'll
bro.
just have the baby there with him. And I'm like,
He's
oh.
gonna find time.
And I've
That's for
seen
sure.
people there at the gym. Like I see this girl, I don't know her personally, but she brings her baby and she'll be working out. And I'm like, sometimes you do gotta. There's sacrifices, of course. It's not realistic for everybody, but part of it is going to be sacrifice. You got to give up something.
You say he goes to the firehouse gym?
Yeah.
So your dad's an old head, bro.
I go, that's where my second gym membership is too. I go there sometimes.
That's like a Rocky Balboa type gym, bro.
It gets hot
That's
in there. I'm like,
it's just straight
poor
fundamentals, bro. That is straight fundamentals, mostly free weights. Like you lift if you go to firehouse.
They got some good stuff there, and I'll be like, I like to hit it there.
That's fucking sick, bro.
I like to hit it there sometimes, but I like my gym too. It just depends on the vibe. Like my gym has a shower, so if I want to go to work out before I go to work, I can shower there, boom, straight to work. His gym, there is no shower, so I got to go there, come back home, shower, but just depends on my mood.
That's fucking sick, bro. So with all that being said, where do you see yourself in 10 more years then? Because you're 27, so damn near getting to 40. Where do you see yourself at life?
So realistically, I still plan to move up through Hibbett. Like, I just know I got to do my time as, so what it is, it's called store manager. I'm a store manager. I've only been in this position. This would barely be my second year. Most of the time, you can't move up, without a bit of it under you for the higher position. So that's what I'm looking for. I know I got to, you got to do your time in the G League. You got to do your time as a backup.
For sure.
But if that situation never opens, maybe the pay goes up also. There's a lot of things that I evaluate on a yearly basis to decide what I'm going to do. But I would realistically like to move up because my next position up, I don't have to move. Like, I have no problem with not moving out of Alice because it's also a traveling position, so I could just be out and about.
That's facts.
So, like, if I moved up to, say, a district manager is what it's called, they run like 12 stores in our area. It's a traveling job, but I don't have to leave I don't have to relocate. It was like I would just work out of Alice still. Or
That's
if
dope.
I moved to asset protection for some reason, another branch, again, I'm working out of Alice, but I also give myself the freedom to travel. Give me one sec. These dogs, they're always mad.
It'd be like that.
No, they're just
So, do you see yourself settling down one day? Like, do you want to have that marriage life and the kids and the white friends?
Not kids.
So you want one singular kid?
I would prefer one singular kid.
I don't know, man. Some anniversaries get a little steamy.
I like being single right now just because I still have a lot of stuff I like to do that requires me being single because I like to spend money, I'll be honest. I don't know, you can probably see a little bit right here. There's like 90 shoes on this shoe rack. You can't do that in a relationship. I could do that single.
I had like 11 pairs of hoop shoes, and then if you want to put your family in a better living situation, you gotta make a sacrifice.
I love my shoes. Like, y'all really can't see, but there's a lot back there. There's probably 90 pairs. 80, 90.
Shit. One thing Gus gonna have is the shoes and a fucking zesty button up. That's for damn sure.
Button ups.
That's the Gus special right there.
I got a button up right here, right behind me. Yeah, and I love actually a lot of people. I love cologne. I'm a big cologne guy, and those clothes aren't cheap either. So that's another thing. You can kind of see it like behind me a little bit. Other way.
Well, it's investment towards yourself for sure.
I love being told I smell good, so of course. But that's just, again, I'd have something got to get cut out in a relationship, and I'd rather not yet. I like the spending money myself. That doesn't mean I can't spoil a girl, and I am. Unfortunately, I have the bad habit of over spoiling, but it doesn't compromise my lifestyle yet. And when it does, when I'm ready.
Are you open to being a stepfather?
I don't know if I'm open to it as much to it could just happen.
Because if you're 27 and you're living this 20s thing out, you're gonna have to do it. I think. It's very rare.
I've talked about it with the guys. It is rare, and I usually like to keep girls in my age. I'll be honest. I'm not like, I know there's some guys, and I'm not saying every guy. You might swing a little low. She turned 21, but I'm more realistic. What I've always said is like, what do I have in common with a 21-year-old? I don't. I can't talk to you in the same way. Especially if you're going to school. I'm not going to school, so I can't relate to you on the college level. I go to work every day. You can't relate to me on that level. There's a disconnect here.
You will not catch Gus at a Diddy party, is what he's saying.
You won't even catch me talking to 23-year-old girls. 25.
It's hard because there's a big gap. Like, people don't understand. We're only 27, but 23 versus 27 is a very big gap when it comes to mind state.
They don't see it. But I'm like, look, I just can't. We're just at two different points in life, and it's hard. I wouldn't want to make them change their life for me, and I wouldn't want to change my life. I mean, if I like them, I would change my life, but I don't want to make them change. You're gonna miss out on something.
Yeah, or vice versa.
Yeah,
you might have to do some shit you don't want to do because that's what they're into. Like, I've done this before. Ain't nothing here, but I got to do it again because.
To be fair, I do like going out. I like the nightlife. I'm actually a very sociable person, so it's not that hard for me. But again, it's like we're too different. The gap to me is too much. emotionally
feel
and
that.
intelligently, because you're probably dating guys that are like your age. Also, you're probably dating 20-year-old guys. He's not going to be the same as me. Like, his mindset versus my mindset are different. There could, if you know,
Do you think it's a red flag?
I'm good at explaining myself, though. I am.
Mhm.
I may not look it. Sometimes I get the hoe tag. I am. I don't argue a lot with girls. I'm very good at fixing my problems.
Do you feel like it's a red flag when you see a young person, let's say 21, 22, and they are dating someone or they have an ex that's in their fucking 30s or
Absolutely,
their
I think it's
40s?
weird. I think
Whether male or female,
I
you're
think the
like,
guy
that's
is weird.
nah. The guy is definitely weird. If he's
Yeah,
dating a 20-year-old
no,
girl
I
and
do
he's like
think
40
it's weird.
years
Like,
old.
dude, why are you like
Both on both ends. It's like I don't want to fuck with either one of you.
Well, so for the girl, I can't blame young girls. You're impressionable, and I would say this:
Nah,
a more
he's almost as old as your father.
I would
That's
say,
weird.
but like a man like in his 30s probably is more savage. He's probably got a deeper wallet. To be honest, he's got a deeper wallet than a 20-year-old.
And
And
she for the streets, bro. She wants your money.
I can't hate on it though. I can't hate on her.
Do.
I can't hate on her for getting her bag. But you're a weird guy because you know you're gonna get her only because of your money. Because you know in a normal setting, she wouldn't want you
at all.
But yeah, I mean, I always see older guys with a younger girl weird. It's a weird dynamic.
So we're down actually to our last 14 minutes. So for this last 14 minutes, I like to do something. I haven't really got anywhere near a 2-hour podcast with anyone because their schedules and everything. But this is cool. This will be the first one. So I actually get to hit this segment. That's crazy. Hit this segment. I can't talk right now. Damn, I'm fatigued. But I want you to give your most down bad story that you have. Some shit that you're like, damn, I gotta take this to the grave. I can't believe I succumbed to this behavior.
No, I actually do have to take it to the grave. That's why I can't talk about it.
Oh man, can you say a down bad story of someone that you know?
I could just say that. Look, man, I got the game played on me for too long.
Is it who I think it is?
I don't know, and I hope we don't know. But
because I saw some stuff on Twitter one time. You going back and forth with someone. It was a little bit. It was a little bit flirtatious on my end when I was watching it. I was like, Gus is hitting that. Either he's hitting it or he's trying to hit it because there's something going on there.
I was trapped. You ever watch Naruto?
Yeah.
You know who Itachi is?
Yes.
I was trapped in the Genjutsu. I was trapped in the Genjutsu. Absolutely.
Oh my god.
I was locked up in the Genjutsu. I was done.
Willingly, or you just?
Dude, I every day I knew it was wrong, but I just kept going back. I was like, I could make this right. I could fix this.
I think I know who it is,
I speak to the end. I did not fix this. It actually made me a worse person. So, but I was.
It made you a worse person.
It absolutely made me a worse person. I don't know. I didn't have the earrings back then. I didn't have the tattoos. I wasn't blonde. It turned me down a different path.
So because of that incident, you had to level up your character a little bit more.
Absolutely. I was putting the VC in the wrong stat. I was doing too many stats. My apparel wasn't up. It did change me.
What? You don't have to say the worst thing you did for that person, but give me something that you did something that's not as bad that you did for them that you should never do again for anyone.
It's not that I was doing anything like specifically bad. It was just the whole thing was bad.
Were you sharing that person?
No, but I just wasn't important. I was like number 3, number 4.
Oh, so you were the guy who brought the McDonald's at 3:00 in the afternoon because she was hungry type shit.
No, I would never drive out of my way to do that, but I was like guy number 3.
I don't even like driving.
Yeah, for real. No, I don't. But I was like, I'm telling you, I was trapped in the infinite Tsukuyomi. I was in there reliving. I thought everything was good. Actually, I knew everything was bad. I just kept thinking, like, man, I could work my way out of this, and you cannot.
You trying to rank up on the whole list is crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
So I learned don't overplay your part. I learned don't overplay your part the hard way. Now I don't overplay my part. But
So
it
we
did
can't
make me a
talk
little bit more
about
callous.
if we can't talk about the down bad story. Give me one of your your embarrassing stories in life. It doesn't have to be relationship wise, but like a moment you were like, damn, this is fucking crazy that I got caught doing this shit. Or I'm in this situation.
Damn, what have I been? What sticky situations have been? I mean, I blacked out after the bar before, like on the floor outside.
Shit, I'll tell you a story then. That way we can have a story for the pod. So there was this one time, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was at a girl's house. I wasn't dating her, but she was dating someone that I knew. So it was like one of her like the 18th birthday parties. So I got invited and shit. And her boyfriend, like I think her boyfriend and I had like an alpha male kind of battle, but like a silent one. Because like when we locked eyes, like it was just weird. Like on site, we just didn't really like each other. You could just tell when you meet someone. So
I get
like
that a lot.
we're like talking, but you could tell like he's just watching me the whole time. Like he's waiting for me to say something he doesn't like. So we're playing beer pong, and I'm kicking his ass, bro. Like I'm winning. Well then, since it was my friend's 18th birthday party, he's like, "Hey man, you think you're so big shit? Why don't you beat me on these shots?" So he poured up 18 shots. He's like, "We'll take one shot for her for every year she's been alive." And I was like, "You want to race me? Who could take 18 shots each?" On top of drinking already, right? So we're in front of people and shit. Like I have never been the type that's gonna be like, well, fuck no, that's stupid. Like I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Let's run it, buddy.
You think I'm a bitch? Like no. So I wanted to prove a point that I'm more macho than him. Whole time, this whole behavior is just stupid in hindsight, honestly. So we lined it up: 18 shots this way, 18 shots that way, and I'm on this side. I'm on this side. He's on the other side. And they say go. So bro, I'm just boom, 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 like, and I'm winning, bro. I beat him. He only did like I think 5 or 6, but me, I was like, nah, I'm gonna take all
He didn't
18.
do his. Oh, I thought you were gonna be
Yeah, I was
crazy.
like, I'm not gonna fucking just take enough to beat you. I'm gonna clear the table because I'm that guy type shit. I shit you not, Gus, bro. I started tweaking the fuck out. I think it was legit like alcohol poisoning, bro. That was about to happen.
I understand you.
And I started getting anxiety like really bad, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I'm fidgeting, I'm freaking the fuck out. I think I'm gonna die, type shit. And I remember like my vision going in and out, like I'm about to die. Like I had it in my mind, I'm dying right now. I'm about to fucking die. So I'm scared, right? I'm in fight or flight mode, and being drunk, like pass out drunk with anxiety, like your body doesn't know what to do. It's just battling each other. So I remember this one dude, he put his hand on me, and he's like, "Bro, it's okay, it's okay." Boom, uppercutted him, bro. Like knocked him the fuck out, bro. And then I go black out after that. I don't know what happened. I wake up. I'm in the middle of a fucking bedroom on the floor, bro. My shoes are off. I had a Calvin Klein leather jacket. That shit's off. And I'm just passed out, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I see everyone in the room. And I see my friend, her boyfriend are on the bed, like fully clothed and everything, no weird shit. But I'm like, where am I type shit? So I didn't know where I was. So I opened the door, and it was the bathroom. And I was like, oh, cool. I gotta take a piss. I pee, bro. It's fucking orange, bro. Like I'm severely dehydrated.
Man,
And I'm like, oh my.
I've never been like that.
Yeah, it was like dark orange. And I was like, what the fuck? So like, I'm trying to find the way out because I don't even know where I'm at. I exit. I'm outside, and I'm like, oh, cool. I'm outside. Fuck yeah. So I start walking towards the table in the back, and I see that my shoes are there. I had a wallet there, and my phone was there. Phone's dead. And I'm like, fuck, okay. I'm like looking around, like, where the fuck's my jacket at? It was like a $200 Calvin Klein leather jacket, bro.
I love me the leather
Uh,
jackets.
I wore it a lot in high school. I don't know if you remember it or not, but yeah, I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, I gotta get out of here, bro, because I don't know what I did, pretty much. So then I go walk, and it's like a 3 mile walk back to my house, and I'm in the sun, so like I'm sweating bullets. I barely have energy. I'm severely dehydrated. Somehow I make it to the house. I go inside. I chug 2 bottles of water, and I'm sweating my ass off, bro. And then I just flop on the bed. Then I wake up like an hour later, and I just all over the room, dude, just fucking threw up
Yeah,
everywhere. So then I try to clean it up with a towel, but like I have no energy. Like I can't even stay awake. I end up falling asleep on the throw up, bro, next to the towel. And my mom comes home, she thinks I'm dead, and I pop up, and I'm like, it's reeking of alcohol. probably alcohol, piss, sweat, everything, bro. And bro, it was so bad, dude. That was like one of the worst times of my life. And then I later found out, like months later, because they didn't want to tell me nothing, that I fucked up the first dude off one hit, but then I tried fighting another dude, and they didn't beat my ass because they felt bad for me, but like they fucking like slammed me on the floor, and that's when I passed out. I was like, you should have just punched me, bro. Like, damn.
No, I feel
So
that. 'Cause
then
I'm a slam a guy on the floor type guy too. I'll give you two. I don't get caught lacking a lot. I'll give you two stories.
we got 5 minutes, so you got to
Yeah,
go speed run.
because they're pretty fast. I don't get caught lacking a lot, but let's just say I got caught dropping off lunch one time because somebody I knew worked at her job too, and they saw me doing it, and I shouldn't have been there, and they just locked eyes with me. They're like, we're going to talk about this later, and I was like, fuck. And I was like, damn, red-handed. I got the lunch there, and they're just devilishly looking at me. They're like, I was like, damn, I'm really about to get cooked when I go out to drink later. So that was bad. That shit, I was like, damn, I really got caught. I'm pretty sneaky too, so I don't get caught lacking. So that's a bad one.
Gus is deceived.
But the bad one was one time I got so drunk. This was a very famous night. I got so drunk at a wedding.
At a wedding's crazy.
At the reception. It was after the wedding, so it was like the drinking. I was torn. I'm talking about, I probably took 30 plus shots. Easy.
That's fucking insane, bro.
And I just remember they found me blacked out next to my car on gravel. And they only found me because they saw my feet sticking out. Yes. It's a rough
murder scene.
I don't know if you ever saw this picture of me like in a button up and I'm just like dead. Jessa might have used it before.
Yeah, he used it on a meme war on Twitter one time.
That's that night. Yes, that's me and blacked out in his front yard. Dude, they couldn't get me inside. I remember his dad and everything. I just kept telling him like, "No, let me be drunk outside. I don't want to puke on y'all's floor." So I just wouldn't get up. But I was so drunk, I accidentally I might have texted that 4-letter word. Yeah.
I gotta pull it up. I'm not gonna show it, but I want to just make sure I'm matching the right person.
I hope not. But I bet so. I actually texted that word, and I woke up, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I saw my text message. I was like, "Guys, I'm just gonna have to go ahead and myself."
Nah, this might not be the right one. Might have been one of them, but this ain't the right one.
It makes me sound bad like that. No, I meant like I text the word that starts with an L.
Oh, to that person that I'm suspecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was her. It was her.
It starts with an L, ends with an E, and
we could talk about it later on, off record. But I think I know who you're talking about.
But that was like the word. I was like, oh my god, and this was like fairly like. I don't really say that word either, so that was bad.
Shit, man. I hate to cut you off because I want to hear the rest of all this shit, but we're about to run out of time because I'm on the free version of this shit. I ain't putting money on this till I start making money off it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. But that was a night. I'll tell you that.
That is a night, and that is the episode 3 of the Do You Mind podcast. If y'all want more of Gus, you let me know. We could do a part 2. We could have him again as a fucking reoccurring guest. It doesn't matter to me because this guy got stories for days, and we need that for sure.
A lot.
So make sure to follow his TikTok reviews. As a matter of fact, I'll put it in the description here in this video. Besides that, Gus, you have anything to plug in or say before we get off this podcast?
No, I'm bleeding. No, but find me on TikTok.
Yes, sir. And if you take anything from Gus, be smart, be a menace to society, and don't fall for a girl that ain't worth your time.
Don't fall for women at all, actually.
He likes men. That's what he's trying to say.
They don't lie as much.
But that'd be it, guys. We'll catch y'all next time for sure. Stay tuned for episode 4.